Shut up and sit down.
Boom. Yes, folks, we was rambling. Yes, folks,
Ramble.
we was prattling like a couple of old maids. Welcome, welcome to the Friday Frolic with me, Festa 67's workshop, and the guru himself.
Hello.
The Foxster.
Hey, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, mate. How you doing? Let's get Guff on and that sorted, and then I'll do me pimpage. Go on. There you go. You've had your guff all attention. Right, yes, I'm going to do pimpage, folks, because I kind of need to now because I'm a bit skint. If you'd like to help support this channel, you can head over to patron.com, Festa 67's workshop, or click the join button below, or click the $sign to do a super chat. It all goes in a big pot, helps pay for all of this streaming goodness, and basically just keeps me in the hobby. Massively appreciate it to any of you that can help me out. I do realise that times are hard for everyone, so you can also support me just by watching the adverts on the YouTube, because I get a bit of ad revenue for that, hence why I now have them on the live streams, because I've got to survive, folks. So I'll put the smallest violin away.
Do you want me to get mine? I've got it over there.
Yeah. But yeah, it really does help us out. So if you could do that, it'd be massively appreciated. At the top of the chat, right at the top there, you'll see a wall of text, and that's all your links for your tabletop gaming stuff like Cromlech, stuff at Element Games, Hobby Workshop, things like that, folks. So yeah, go and use the links. I get a little kickback from them, but you get to save a lot of money on all your stuff. Talking of all the cool people, let's have a looky, kittens, at who's joined us on this wonderful day in 2024. Yes, and a big happy new year to you all, and a big thumbs up, and a Festa thank you.
That sounded painful.
Thank you for all the well wishers that sent me messages over the holiday period, because I took Christmas off, because why not? I needed some family time. So yeah, so thanks to all of you for all your support in 2023, and we all hope 2024 is better, not just for me and Fox, but for you lot out there as well, because I think last year was a bit of a dog of a year, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was a bit of a clusterflock, wasn't it?
Yeah, so hopefully everyone starts feeling a bit better. But anyway, we've got each other. Oh, what more could you want? Right.
I'm sure there's a Disney song in there somewhere, but I can't think of it.
Oh, don't you and your bloody earworms. We'll get onto that in a minute, you. Yeah,
I ain't done nothing. I ain't done nothing.
Really?
I ain't done nothing.
Really? You haven't done nothing. You know what's coming, don't you?
I ain't done nout nor nothing neither, nor the governor.
You're getting the eyes.
Nor nothing.
You're getting the eyes.
No one's coming to save you now.
Look at them sinister eyes. That saves a wretch like me. Yeah. Yes, that's my new getting under Fox's skin thing, because he got me playing Far Cry 5 on Monday on the Xbox, and I have not been able to get rid of Joseph Seed's sinister rendition of Amazing Grace all week.
It's quite good, isn't it?
It's his fault. He's a steward. But anyway.
I just said,
go on.
No, never mind, yeah.
Let's have a quick look at the chat before we get engrossed in our rambling, because you are the most important people out there. David is in Sprue and Glue. He says, I'm going to have you both on the big screen downstairs, mate. Happy days, mate. Happy
It could be
days.
taken one of many different ways.
Guru says, evening, folks. Prepare your looking eyes. Jeff, our very own Carl Sagan, is in. He says, hi, Festa 67's workshop. Fox, Gnu, Dave, and all in chat with a big wavy kins.
All inquiries carry with them some element of risk. There is no guarantee that the universe will conform to our predispositions.
Happy days, there he is.
There you go.
I was saying hello a bit further up. Bobbins is in. He says,
Hey, Bobbins.
I am here.
He is within. we may begin
PJ's
now.
in, he says, Happy New Year thingy, all that goodly stuff. Colin, Foxx, and everyone in the chat.
Hey, PJ.
Hi and Happy New Year to Candygram for Mongo as well. And nice to see you back, PJ, because he won't mind me saying, but I'm going to anyway. He had a dog of a crimbo, folks. He was poorly bad in his sick bed all over Christmas, so it's nice to see him up and about. And getting back on his feet. So big hugs issued, PJ, mate. And you know where I am on Messenger, mate. Jeff says, hi to PJ, good to see you and hope you've been on the mend. Yeah, he was well rough. Rougher than a rough man's buttock. There you go.
Woo.
Not that I would know how rough that is, but I used to read
dug a hole
Desperate.
now, mate.
I used to read Desperate Dan as a kid, so you know, rougher than Desperate Dan's chin then. Wolf Ritchie's in, he says, I hope you had a good crimbo and ogmanay. Yes, we had a good ogmanay, mate. My wife is from the merry little village of Findorn, right up. Probably nearer to Iceland than Scandinavia, so yeah.
That sounds like a very Tolkien type place, Findorn.
Yeah, it is. Been up there a couple of times because she likes to go and revisit her roots, and it is proper Royston Vasey, mate, you know what I mean?
Oh, right.
Island cattle with a breezy fur. Ooh,
Cool.
It's a bit like a scene out The Wicker Man, mate. JC Bricks and Builds, yeah. It's when they started building that big man made of wicker. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's why it was called a Wicker Man, Cole. Get over it.
Answers in the question.
Yeah. JC's in, evening, Mouldy, Colin Foxx, all in chat, Festa and Fox Hugs. Hello, James. Everyone's saying get well soon and nice to see PJ back. He's saying hello, Brick Boy. Jeff Light is in saying hello. Hello, Jeff. How you doing, mate?
Jeff.
Big hugs and love to you and Maggie. A big hug for Maggie. You Golden's in, he said, evening all and sundry towels. There you go. Hello, you. How you doing, mate? Everyone said hello to Wolf and you. John Christmas is in, says, hi, guys. Hello, mate. How you doing, John?
Hey, Joe.
John Alec is in, says, hi, PJ, Jeff, you, JC, and Candygram.
Hey, the other John.
PJ says hello to John Alec, and Hugh says, John and Dave are further up than Findorn. It's posh, yeah, but not pish. Yeah. And whereabouts exactly are you, Hugh? Are you further up than Findorn? Are you right up in that little hooky bit up the top then?
The little widgy bit at the top.
Yeah. PJ says hi to John Christmas. So anyway,
Yes.
how's you and how's my mum?
Me? You don't care about me. I'm fine.
Of course I don't care about you. I've got to say it, though, just to look like I do.
Just for appearances. My mum's fine. She's all right. She sat downstairs reading her iPad and watching I think she's watching Vera again.
Oh, is she? Yeah, H watches Vera.
Yeah. She's like, I can't.
So does Winnie.
Oh, good on you, Winnie. Mum used to complain that she couldn't hear because Vera mumbles all the time, but then she got her headphones to listen to the telly and now she never complains.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fine. She's all right. How are you?
Good.
How are you and how's my mum?
Fine and dandy. Yeah, my mum is still putting the world to rights.
Good.
No, she's on her feet, back with it, you know, proper pigeon head mode at the moment.
It is the way forward.
Yeah, so she is on about going up and seeing Win just to, how can we say, have that sisterly conversation about getting up and getting about. So,
oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
The irony in that conversation is quite amusing, seeing as your mum was like,
my mum was on a mission in the earlier part of the year where she steadfastly refused to come and join the world.
Poor kettle pot, methinks.
Yeah, there you go. Nessie Landy says Inversnake. Oh, right, nice one, mate. Yeah. My missus, her dad was based at Kinloss, so yeah, she was from the wee village of Findorn, just up there.
Oh, it's Findorn, you see. Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
And that's how she spoke when she first came down here. That soft Highland drawl, but it was
soft. Oh, like the kind of Crofters accent.
Yeah, and it was very sort of. People couldn't understand her. Yeah.
It's quite mesmerising when it's soft as well, isn't it? When it's spoken softly. Oh no.
But when she's got the ump with me, mate, I get Rabsy Nesbitt's wife, you know. All right,
Full
Mary
Glasgow
Hen.
mode.
Yeah. And that's what I'm doing, folks, by the way, in case you wonder. I am doing a Ducati Panigale Tricolore, and this was kindly sent to me by the lovely Wendy Hickson with an H. So, yeah, if you're watching it back, Wendy, I'm doing your bike. Oh, so that's
now,
what
I don't
I'm
understand
starting
motorbike
today.
design. So is there a good reason why there's like a 300-foot gap between the rear sort of top bit and the wheel?
Yeah, it's because it compresses as you're going along and it just looks super racy and super sporty, mate.
At the back, yeah. It's like, because normally,
you
normally
still
the back's
got
quite close to it.
Yeah, you still got a hugger, which is the mud guard just there.
Yeah.
But if you look at the MotoGP bikes, they all have a very high axis on the rear end. Once you sit down, you can adjust all your suspension. And modern MotoGP bikes have a lowering device when they start. So this lowers right down over the wheel to put the centre of gravity over the rear wheel. So,
okay, interesting.
and not only that, it just looks rather suave and seriously windswept when you see it up high like that, you know?
Yeah, I'd never seen one like that.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You don't want to be staring at my knees, do you, folks?
Tonight I will be working on something that I started about 2 years ago, which was the big tithe, what was it called? The Mortisan tithe echelon set that Mum Wolf bought me as a Christmas present a couple of years ago.
Oh, right.
And it's got like different dudes and things. I think I built the Gothizar Harvester, I built that. And I'm building the guards at the minute and some of the little dudes. It's all skeleton dudes, basically. It's an Age of Sigmar thing. She just got me this random set for Christmas, and it's not anything I was interested in, but I'll build them and paint them because they're quite nice. So,
happy days,
I've got all them to paint. So I've got millions of dudes, so I thought I'd get that built because I never got around to finishing it. So
happy days, happy days.
So I think I was in the middle of building some dudes, and I've forgotten now.
That's what we're up to, folks, and
Yes.
So don't forget, folks, belly, bench and beverage. What's on the bench? What is in your belly? What is your beverage of choice?
Yes, belly for me tonight was KFC.
I've got pie, mash and liquor, mate.
Pie, mash and liquor. The only dinner that's also a song.
Yeah. So,
Well, I went off KFC because they never got the orders right, but they seem to have got their act together, and now they've actually been delivering mash and everything. It's amazing.
oh, they sorted themselves out, have they?
Well, they must have got somebody over the age of 17 to actually work behind the counter. So, last few times, they've been reasonably acceptably reliable.
I've not had one. We had one beginning of last year, and we all was a bit rough after it, so it kind of put us off.
That's not good.
Because we all had the same, obviously, KFC.
Yeah.
And just putting it out there, you know. Not saying there was anything wrong with it at all, just in case.
Yeah.
But it was ironic and coincidental that we all spent a few days being poorly bad, so
Yeah.
we've not had one since.
Built that one.
I want that one.
I want that one. I've got that thing that you don't often do where you go into instructions and you've half built something and you have to remember where the hell you're up to. And if it's like 4 different dudes, you don't know which ones you built. You're like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we haven't been up. We haven't been up to Scotland for a few years, Hugh, mate, and I like it up there, I must admit. I like Edinburgh as well. I do like staying in Edinburgh. I find that a very nice place to visit. So,
I've only ever been to St Andrews in Scotland.
yeah.
I've been through Edinburgh to get to St Andrews,
Yeah.
but I've never actually been to anywhere in Scotland apart from St Andrews.
And they're a nice bunch of people up there.
My dad was from Glasgow, so
Yeah.
I like the Scots.
I used to work with a guy who was from East Kilbride, just outside Glasgow. And it was ironic because I hadn't long moved down from London, so he could barely understand me, and I could barely understand him, but it worked.
Yeah,
it
somehow worked.
Yeah. And H was doing her elocution lessons at the time because she was in customer service, and because hardly anyone could understand, they paid for her to have elocution lessons just to slow the speed of her speech down. And yeah. Of course, now she talks like one of those cafe news women, you know. Hello, hi, Cynthia.
The soldiers.
Until she gets annoyed with me, and then she just reverts straight back.
Yeah. Queen of Glasgow.
Yeah.
Right, one am I doing? I need to find sprues and things now, don't I?
So, yeah.
God, I've got no idea where I was.
What am I doing with my engine? I'm going to be doing sub-assemblies.
So what's your engine?
On this, so I've got my destructions just in front of me, so that where you've got like main engine colours and some of the auxiliaries are the same colour, they'll all be sprayed as a single unit, and then other bits will just pop on and off as of where they need to. So that's how we're going to be doing this one.
As and when they need to.
And it's one of those, I was sent this by Wendy, and I've been wanting to get round to build it, and it's been on the bench a couple of times. And for one reason or another, with live streaming, I was doing different builds on different streams. I'm canning all of that idea now. And it's just going to be what is on the bench is what I'm going to be doing. Obviously, with the KA.Models builds, that's different because I'm doing unique stuff for them, so I shall keep them as separate builds.
Yeah.
But for my own stuff, rather than me have half a dozen boxes of different builds laying around, I can just have whatever I'm working on that day, so I can speed me filming up and me content flow. Content flow, young man.
I've seen your flow. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, that sounded very wrong, mate.
Moving on.
Yeah. Oh, what's that up there? Is that a plane? Yeah. Trying for distraction techniques.
Raccoon.
Yeah.
Right, I'm trying to figure. I've got no idea what I was up to. Let's just dive in and see what happens.
Oh, well, you've been special.
I'm trying to catch up with which one I built, but I never marked on the instructions which one I did. So I'm like,
Spoon alert.
Yeah. See if we've still got 40 and 41.
Nothing wrong with being a spoon, mate.
No, it's one of those things. The way they lay out their sprues, you get into the zone, don't you? So you know where all the bits are, and then if you walk away from it for a day, or a month, then you come back, you just absolutely 6s and 7s.
So that goes right over there like that. In there. These hoses. Okay.
40, 41.
Base is same as that, so we could actually put that on. Yeah. Happy days.
Base is high. What?
See what we did there.
See what I did there?
I am impressed.
You like that, didn't you?
I did.
That's not even a relevant sprue. Okay, we'll throw that one away.
Now, anyway, it's good to see you've been back streaming as well, mister, because I did nag him.
Yes.
You know, in the nicest possible way.
Well, it's just trying to, sort my schedule out so I can do streaming and stuff, which is, I think, come along nicely. So,
like I said before, we both got unique real-life situations, and it's just go with what you can. And it was getting you out of that mindset of routine schedules. Don't think about that. Stream when you can.
Yeah, just stream when it's possible.
Yeah.
Plus, I really wanted to share Far Cry 5 anyway, because I love that game.
Exactly. JC Bricks and Builds has been a member for 36 months. Yes, 36 months he's had to put up with me. No wonder he's losing his barnet. Oh, I said that out loud, didn't I? Damn it.
Are you discussing a man's pate? Oh, that's so rude.
Yeah, it's only because I've got none of my own, mate.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I'm already there, mate.
He done that, got the T-shirt, bought the passport.
Absolutely. And, I couldn't care a jot. It's only covering for your canister. And to be honest with you, the money I've saved on haircuts, absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what hats are for.
Exactly. Get a head, get a hat.
If you want to get a head, get a hat.
Yeah, with an H. All right.
Oh.
That's a two-tone, so we'll airbrush that.
My bet. I've done KFC, didn't I? Yeah, I've done all that stuff. What was your bet? You don't know what your belly done.
Yeah, I did say, mate, pie mash and liquor.
Pie mash and liquor. PJ says, Belly, Domino's hot spicy pizza with meat something, jalapenos, red and green peppers and onion. Bench is a 112 MFH Alfa Romeo 8C 2900B or 2900B. Mille Miglia winner, 1938. Beverage
nice
Baileys. Hugh Gordon says, you need to wait for another 3 years for a Scottish plain loaf to swim over, Jeff. And Jeff says, I was able to buy a few cans of genuine Heinz beans recently, the first time I've seen them for sale locally. I want to make proper beans on toast. Can anyone give me the recipe?
I can give you one option. Don't put the beans on and then put the bread in the toaster. Put the beans on once it's toasted.
Yeah. White bread, toast it, put beans on it.
Yeah.
It's not exactly MasterChef.
For me, it would involve using appliances and...
Yeah. Obviously put butter on the toast as well before you put the beans on.
Yeah. Mm.
How do you do it? Because I always have like 4 slices of bread, like that, 2 there and 2 there, and then I just apply the beans to them on the top. So it's always 4 slices. I can't have like one slice
4
or 2
slices like a flower with the beans in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
nice.
I have a dab of Marmite that I stir into the beans just to give it a bit of a kick.
Ooh. Have you ever thought of putting Marmite on the toast and then putting the beans on top?
No.
Is that too much Marmite, do you think?
No, I just prefer it that way.
Yeah. I discovered the other day we do have peanut butter and we do have Marmite, so I have to try this experiment you suggested to me.
Absolutely. Or you can just buy the small jar of Marmite peanut butter.
Well, I'll see if I like it first.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, I'll probably buy a jar of it. I'm sure I will. I like Marmite.
Oh, mate, believe you me, the size of a jar, it's like a jar of Tamiya, mate.
Is it? Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a big one. You get the...
It's one of those things they know that are going to be in the cupboards for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I think everyone's cupboard at some point is going to have one of them in it.
Mm. Marmite and chocolate spread. That's actually quite interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not, if you never tried it.
Sounds quite intriguing, doesn't it?
Paul Stewart tried it and thought it was the word. He thought I was actually trying to set him up to do it, but I said, no, it's just it makes it even more like it or hate it. But
yeah. Paul Stewart is a legend because he will try anything. The minute you say it's nuclear, got all the chilies in the world in it, he's like, yeah, I'll have some of that.
Apparently, because he had the chocolate Velociraptor, didn't he? Apparently,
yeah.
he can't do that, and he can't do that anymore.
Oh, really?
You can't take hot and spicy food anymore. No.
Oh, no.
That's a right downside.
Yeah, that's a bind.
Yeah. Because that was his life. He's the one that sent me the jar of regret chili sauce that was like quite nuclear.
That's a good shout. Hugh says a large teaspoon of Marmite in with your stewed steak makes delicious gravy.
Ooh,
that is a good shout.
Yeah. JC Bricks and Bill says belly, fish cakes and chips, bench, Zukemura F4EJ, Kai Phantom beverage, nothing. Mm. Bobbin says I don't like beans. You're weird. Weirdly, an advert for a skull shaver just popped up. Love that algorithm, says the Bobbins.
Yeah, it is.
It is weird, isn't it?
Me and my missus was having a conversation in the lounge, and literally the next round of adverts that came up, one of the adverts was related to what we was talking about. And we both gave each other that look of Big Brother is watching.
Mm. It is funny how with YouTube sometimes with their recommendations, it's all Google, of course, so it's obvious how it works. But like, you'll be surfing the web and you'll be looking at articles about X, Y, or Z, and then a couple of days later you'll go, or the same day later on that day or something, you'll go onto YouTube and all your recommendations will be related to that, and you'll be like, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
and it's really weird until you realise it's all just Google. It's like, oh, okay.
That's it. It's just a bog standard Google algorithm, but it's still witchcraft and tomfoolery, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, hang on one website knows what I've been doing on other websites. How is this possible? For that brief naive moment.
I do find it all a little bit, I wouldn't say invasive, because you know what you're signing up for at the end of the day, but it's still a little bit overbearing sometimes, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I mean, I suppose if we're going to be served with adverts, I'd rather they be at least mildly relevant to my interests than not like adverts for baby formula and in a tube for bikes.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever,
Oh, yeah, it's an advertising world at the end of the day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Jeff Light says, belly earlier was bangers and mash with peas, beverage, currently a small Bacardi and lemonade. Bench earlier was some Warhammer Ogre Kingdom's Mournfang Cavalry off the shelf of Doom.
Oh, nice one.
I actually read Bobbin's comment in the wrong voice. What I should have said is, I don't like beans.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Don't like beans. Jeff is asking to PJ how the Alfa Romeo kit is. And he says it's going well. Chassis, gearbox and engine built and primed so far.
Nice one.
Priming. Roger, priming now.
That means it'll be finished in the morning.
Yep. Quick spray and you're done.
That'll be a nice build, that, mate. And like I say, it's nice to be back at the bench, isn't it? I mean, I missed my bench over the Crimbo period. Foxx,
did he ever?
Foxx will contest to this because he was bombarded with messages going, I'm bored now.
Yeah, I'd be like, how you doing today, buddy? Bored. I'd be like, are you chilling? Yeah, I'm chilling, it's great. Are you bored? Yeah, I'm really bored. And I was like, well, go and play on your Xbox for a bit. No.
It's in the man cave, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, but you can still go in the man cave, but you won't be at the...
Foxx, it's still sitting on this chair, mate. That's what I tried to explain to you.
That's true. That's the point.
I did explain it to you fully because I have to explain it fully.
That is a good point.
Yeah. So, yeah. Without going into too many details, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going? That's PJ on about his chassis and gearbox. Chassis and gearbox. See what I did there?
Yeah,
chassis.
I see what you did there.
Chassis.
Don't you dare. Don't say chassis.
I love it. It's such a thing, isn't it? Why do they do it? Why do these people do it?
It's a French word. Pronounce it like a French word. If you're gonna borrow words from other languages, don't completely just change them. It's not how it works. Yes.
It's your pet hate, dear, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, it doesn't bother me when Americans do it because they just change all the words. But when English people say chassis, and it's like, no, it's not.
Here's one for you. Why is it, right, when you see an English person in a coffee shop and they want coffee and a croissant, they'll say, can I have a coffee and a croissant?
Because nobody actually knows how to say croissant.
That? They all do it. I sit and observe this when we're out and about, and it's,
croissant.
Because we've got a Costa coffee at the hospital. So you sit there. We always have a cup of coffee before we go in because we know we're in for a day of pulling about. And I just earwig it. And it's just like, why are people doing that?
It's one of those words, right, that there's two types of French word that the English people can say. There's French words that you should really pronounce as French words. And then there's French words that you don't need to pronounce as French words because they work just as well in, like cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
You don't need to say cul-de-sac because it doesn't matter, it's got that certain je ne sais quoi. You can kind of get away with it. But croissant is one of those words that if you try and say it just as an English word, it doesn't work because we don't know how to pronounce as an English word. Is it croissant? We can't do the CRO. It just doesn't. CROI doesn't work to an Englishman. Yeah. So we have to pronounce it the French way, but then most people don't know how to pronounce it.
It's like all the Gaultier adverts, in it. They do them in this really annoying fake French accent to try and make it sound more exotic. And it's like, Jean-Paul Gaultier. Like, really? And we sit and giggle at that, but it's just how it is, isn't it?
But it is one of those words that, like, the English vocabulary doesn't have a logical way to pronounce CROI without saying croy. You can't say croissant. So I think it trips most people up.
I often wonder whether in France, when they're talking about pies, they've got some geezer from London going, it's pie, isn't it?
Pie, isn't it? One of the French nicknames for English is roast beef, which is roast beef, but not French for roast beef. It's just a French pronunciation of roast beef. Yeah. You are the roast beef. That's what they call us, amongst other things.
Yeah, amongst other things. But then I'm sure we make up for it. So
it's like we have phrases like pied à terre, which isn't correctly pronounced, but it works in English. But you don't have to pronounce it as a French, but when you have to croissant, there's no There's no English way to pronounce it, so everybody gets a bit.
Yeah, it does just make me laugh. It really does.
It's a tongue twister.
Yeah, people in restaurants doing fake French accents. It's a great thing to sit and just observe.
Yeah. It's always fun watching people in Japanese restaurants because there's not necessarily a problem with pronunciation, but it's just most people don't know what the hell anything is.
Yeah.
Like if they're ordering sushi, they can pronounce the names, but if the menu doesn't tell them and show them what it is, they're just absolutely knackered.
Yeah.
It's quite funny. Can be quite merciless ordering Japanese food if you don't actually know.
If you don't know what you're doing, yeah.
I still get stuck. I'm like, hang on, wait, which one's nigiri? Is that is that a sashimi?
Yeah.
I always get confused. Confused.com. Right,
Doesn't take much to confuse us lot.
Nah. We're simple blokes with simple limitations.
Simple blokes with simple tastes, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
I'm plain and simple Garrick. Excuse me, burping. I wonder why Sean Bean's name does not rhyme. What, Scene Bean? Scene Bean!
Scene Bean, yeah.
Northern hero, Scene Bean.
Yeah. Don't stay here too long, Sean, because normally if you stay longer than 15 minutes in anything, you die.
You die.
God, could you imagine it? You're getting married and he's on the invite list. It's like, do we invite him or not?
I seem to remember watching a video once where it was like some amateur video that they made. And they managed to rope Sean Bean into it.
Yeah.
But it was him deliberately playing the character and going along with the joke that it's Sean Bean, so of course he's going to die.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what makes you think I'm going to die? Looks at the camera.
Yeah. I'm sure he's a lovely fella.
Hugh Gordon says, indeed, Cole, follow me for more inspired recipes like fish pie. Just had a pair of smoked well-worn ladies. Moving on.
Yeah, all right, Hugh, come on, mate.
I didn't read that out before. I didn't read that in advance before I read it.
Yeah. Yeah. Can always rely on Hugh.
Yes.
Bless him.
Fish pie, ingredients, fish and pie.
Oh,
dear. Be Trixie. Hugh Gordon says, je t'aime. Nah, I like you, but I wouldn't.
Oh, yes. Every bloke trying to score a bit of a romantic evening, fancy a bit of je t'aime, love.
Yeah.
Either that or Bolero, wouldn't it? And it's like, yeah.
Oh, dear, no.
Yeah, not really. No, much I love you, darling. On we go, je t'aime.
Je t'aime.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, there's a few responses you could give to that, but
yeah, exactly.
I shall not use them.
Yeah.
I've actually forgotten most of the French I learned in school, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I did all right. I got an A in business French. It's all right. But then, it was just learning by rote how to say that you like to go to the library and go swimming a lot, and that was about it, really.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've kind of forgotten most of it now, though.
Well, French teacher used to always say, be fair play for you for trying, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you are a trier. We'll give you that.
Again, back to my pronunciation, isn't it? It's like...
Although I did go to France once and got to use my French, and it was weird. I just felt like I was walking around with no trousers on all the time. That's how it felt. It was just like, these are people that actually speak the language, and I must just be absolutely murdering it.
Yeah.
And I just felt so self-conscious and unhappy. I was like, I just don't want to speak.
Whenever I went to Italy, I'd have my phrase book with me. I would be flicking through and having a go, and they appreciated that you was having a go.
Yeah.
But they would be absolutely wetting themselves laughing because apparently what you had said has got so many different connotations. It's like, yeah. But this is Italy. They've got 50 million words just to say good morning, you know. So
yeah, you're there going, my camel is the mother of my wife. Wait, what?
Yeah. I think once in one of the places I'd actually asked for a plate of geese.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and the woman was like, I think you mean this, don't you? And I said, that's it. She said, yeah.
That's the one.
What did I just say? She said, plate of geese. I said, oh. Really? She went, yeah.
Well, I'll take a plate of geese. I mean, I don't mind.
Oh. Did you sell geese then?
Yeah, well, you know, as I'm asking.
But I appreciate that, you know.
Yeah.
No matter where you are in the world, there is always someone that speaks English somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it is a universal language. This is the problem we have. I mean, Europeans will say, use English, you never learn the languages. It's like, yeah, but across mainstream Europe, they've only got to learn English and it'll get them everywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, mainland Europe, how many different languages and dialects are there? There's quite a lot now. So.
Yeah, there's at least more than 3.
Yeah, and, you know, it's like, well, you know, hi, I'm 62, I'm still at school because I've still got one more European language to learn. Yeah.
Yay. Can't find one of these arm weapons.
Oh,
Weapon
all of the
arm.
weapons in the armies, yeah?
Yeah, 63. I've
Get
got
rid of
a
that
piece
one
missing.
there.
I've already used it. Where's the...
A little seam just on there.
Yeah, it's 59.
Is it all going Pete Tong, is it, Fox?
I cannot find this particular piece.
There you go, sorry about
Tasks
that.
me.
Knocking the
It
camera
tasks
out.
me. And I shall have it. 53.
Get that on there. Pop that up over there. We'll see. Exhaustive. And these are going to be blued up to buggery, these are, so.
Are you doing the exhaust?
Yeah, just getting it all together. And, yeah.
Get it together.
Quite a nice looking machine, this, actually. Yeah.
Oh, it does look rather nice. See, I'm not even into bikes, but I can appreciate a bike. I would never want a motorbike because they have no interest in me, but I can appreciate them as a machine.
Yeah.
And as a stylistically designed thing. They are pretty to look at sometimes.
Oh, thank you, PJ. Have some coins, Cole. Get yourself something pretty, mate. I'll get myself one of those $8.99 Diamante boom tubes to go with my hot pants, mate.
Oh, you've given him the idea now.
Obviously, I'm in your head now, PJ. Just as well I didn't do this when you was laid up poorly bad, mate. There would have been no escape.
Yeah,
but
you don't want to force him to stray, not in his condition.
Yeah, but seriously, mate, a massive thank you because, yeah, it really is going to help me out now, mate, because it'll all go to pay for this, mate, because that is always my priority. Pay for the streaming software, pay for the Zoom.
Yeah.
Once they're both paid, I'm an happy bunny. But there you go.
Where's this part?
So yeah, I mean, out of riding the motorbikes or driving the cars, I miss the riding of the motorbikes a hell of a lot more.
Yeah. Well, driving a car is one thing, but even I can appreciate, as a non-bike person, even I can appreciate why people enjoy riding bikes.
Oh yeah.
It's not hard to figure that one out, really. Am I completely missing an entire sprue?
Oh really? You're having a bad sprue day, are you? I see what I did.
Yeah. I've just got like one particular piece missing, and I can't even find it. The space where it should have been on the sprue. Unless they've misnumbered it, which they usually do, but then I've not seen
yeah, it's normally the thing, mate. That's normally the thing they do, so... Yeah,
but
so
I'm also not seeing a piece that looks like there's that one.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it? No, that's not it.
And then that'll go right up underneath there like that. I'd like to do a mock build first, folks. It's just my way of doing it. Just to give me an idea of where things are going to lie, but... That is seriously exotic. Because that's the weird thing with the Ducati. It's almost like a 90-degree angle that the engine sits at in the bike. So that's why they've got such good handling now. This has got a carbon, I say carbon, it's got a magnesium box frame on it as well, rather than a full bike. It's just a box that the engine bolts to. So
yeah.
That gives me an idea of how things are going to look when they start going together. So prior preparation and planning prevents. Yeah. I'll leave the rest to your imagination. Yeah.
You do any of that. Right, I found the piece. It's not part 59, it's part 49.
Oh, really? One of those special pieces, is it?
Yeah, one of the special pieces that's got a completely different number to what it says in the book. Gimbets. Thanks, G-Dubs.
So that'll be ready for primer. Days. Bow, 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 bow.
Yes, I thought I'd better actually just get this built, because it was a present from Mum a couple of Christmases ago, and it's been sat on the shelf with only a few of the bits built, so I thought I should build it, really.
Yeah, it's just nice to get it done, isn't it? Gets it off the bench. I've got the Rogel Dawn that I built, or started on the last Frolic. That's all built and primed and ready to start painting now, so I can sit and film them.
Well, when I was getting this down, I realised I got the Horus Heresy Age of Darkness set, which is the one with a whole bunch of 40 Space Marines and a vehicle.
Oh right,
I've got the tub. I've got the tub with all the dudes in and everything, but I've got no idea where the vehicle's gone, or where the box with the book and everything that came with it is gone. It's a big, massive box set, and it had the measuring sticks and the book that come.
Yeah.
I've no idea where I put it. It's a massive box set, and I don't know where I put it. It's just gone.
Do it in the Bee Gees voice. Massive box set.
Massive box set. I won't try that again.
No, neither will I,
I was trying to stifle a burp at the same time, and it didn't go well.
Yeah. Phil East is in saying hello.
Hey, Phil.
Good morning. Hello, Phil. How are you, mate? Happy New Year to you and all of that lot, guys. What have we got there?
That just faded out, didn't it?
No, I'm just proofreading Hugh's message just to make sure I'm not reading out anything untoward. He says, my English teacher was a star. He gave me top marks and recommended I stayed at school for a further 2 years. Shame he couldn't speak Scots, really. Yeah. Everyone's saying hello to Phil. Philly says, how are you, gents? Hope all is well. Fine and dandy, mate. Soldiering on as we do, Phil, at the end of the day, mate.
Only slightly lumpy, but not in a bad way.
Thank you for asking, and hope you're all well, mate, to be honest with you. It's nice to see you in.
Yep.
Hope you and family are fine as well, buddy. Because we are very caring people.
We are.
Don't tell everyone, though.
No, just between us, make sure you don't make it public or anything on the internet or anywhere like that.
Yeah, because not like anyone will be watching, so yeah.
A lot of people know that.
We might have got away with that, Fox. What do you reckon?
I think we have, mate. I don't think anybody will have,
I think we dodged a bullet there, didn't you?
Yeah. See, that's the positive side of nobody ever watches your stuff, is that you never reveal any secrets to anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, inadvertently.
I wouldn't do such a thing, would I? Just in case the wife watches back, yeah.
Like, if I was to accidentally reveal that your weekend name is Marbella,
Yeah, but that's all right. I'm cool with it now. I've got me rollers, so yeah.
Okay. Got your rollers and the little skirt.
Yeah, oh dear. See, PJ, no, I never put that image in your head, mate.
I'm not sure about the wrinkly tights, though. I think you need to sort that out.
Yeah, that takes me back to that Bet Lynch picture that he put up in my group last year. Yeah. All right. I still remember, PJ. I still remember.
He sees all, remembers all.
And I must commend him on his chibi plane build as well, because we did the little chibi planes on New Year's Day.
Oh, he did his little Ferrari one, didn't he?
Yeah, I was just about to say that, so thanks for killing that for me. Moving on.
You can tell us all about it, though.
No, that's all right, mate. You've told him now. Yeah. Don't tell him your name, Pike.
Well, you can still explain.
No, that's all right, mate. Yeah, anyway, nice build, mate. Oh, you're a spoon at times. You're a spoon.
You love it, really.
Oh, bless you. Don't ever change, dear.
Yep. I don't intend to. It's far too much like hard work.
Just clean me sander.
Philly says, all good cheers are trying to get sorted with a thing called hemochromatosis. No idea about it, to be honest. I was waiting to see a specialist.
Yeah. Oh, bless you, mate.
Yeah. Hugh Gordon says, my safety mouth has been activated, Colin. Unfortunately, it's not attached to my on-screen mouse keyboard thingamajiggery bobby.
That's all right, Hugh. It's just obviously sometimes YouTube can be a little bit funny, mate. Nothing personal. Never take it personal, mate. And
yeah.
I actually enjoy your humour. I find you very a humorous man, so... But unfortunately, there is always someone out there that'll complain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, 9 times out of 10, my content will get reported just for being on YouTube because there's people out there don't want me doing YouTube. So I ignore that, and so do YouTube now. They've gotten wise to that.
Yep. The good thing is, though, ultimately, people actually suffer for making false claims like that. Eventually, when they do enough of them, YouTube just like, you know what, we're going to just.
Yeah, because YouTube flagged them up. Then there's been a serial twit, basically.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you know, they're the ones that are like, I'm sick of having to deal with this now. It's just rubbish again.
Yeah. Which again just gives us more giggles, doesn't it?
Yeah. Do. It's like, you know, somebody who doesn't actually see the big thing on the side that says point this end away from face. It's just hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, we've had some classics over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think I had one where a human intervened on YouTube, and it's like, yeah, we are aware and we have noticed a trend with this individual continuously complaining about your content. Yeah.
It's when YouTube comes back and they tell you that they're aware of it, and then they use the same nickname that you use all the time. It's like, wow, you do know this person.
And it was ironic because I didn't expect YouTube to be doing that, but they're like, yeah, we have noticed the trend and noted it. So yeah.
Well, I think it's in their terms that they say, you know, you don't abuse the reporting system because it'll end up biting you in the ass.
Pretty much,
basically.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so they,
because at the end of the day,
they have their list. I mean, we've had it before, haven't we? With AN individual years ago causing problems, and YouTube spotted it.
Yeah, they know. Because at the end of the day, they've got to waste their time dealing with frivolous claims as well.
So, just quite funny.
Yes.
Because you can just imagine the people that are doing that, the look on their faces when they get that response back from YouTube. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, sit down, love. Shut up.
Yeah, can you just behave yourself, Mavis?
Yep.
I don't really know. Yeah.
I don't really know, really.
I like peas, you know.
I like peas. Don't like beans, but I like peas.
I have peas with my turkey.
I was eating peas down by the canal.
Oh, you're so going to hell now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got to leave you under that bus there, mate.
There's a big fox-shaped hole, like recess in the seamy underbelly of this bus. So I might as well get snuggled in.
You shut my nose.
And you shut my nose. Ow! I just stabbed myself with a plastic sword. That's just not right.
That's your payback. See, that is.
Curses you! Darn you, karma!
Yeah,
and your virtual righteousness.
That person has obviously got karma food there, mate. So, yeah, I really like peas as well. And no, I can't see up your nose. See what I did there? Yeah. Back away from the keyboard.
Careful, don't fall in.
Yeah, there's a large hole there, Festa. Walk towards the edge. Right, what have we got next? Oh, we're already on.
Colin, are those sanders 3D printed?
Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're 3D printed frames, they are. And I just cut sheets of ordinary wet and dry and super glue a loop on it like that.
They also double as quite a jaunty little juice harp at different pitches.
Yeah, they're 3D printed, they are, mate. There you go. And I've got a couple of angular ones. Just different ones, but it's only because I didn't buy flexi files and I thought, well, I've got loads of sheets of sandpaper, so I might as well just 3D print a frame. So yeah, but you can also make a frame out of a bit of coat hanger, because that's what I used to use before I 3D printed them. So
angular ones like that German leader.
Yeah, I see what you did there, mate.
You're impressed by that, aren't you?
I am, actually. For you, that was pretty good. I've got to give you that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Actually, I've got to give you 1,000 XP as well.
Ooh. Can I spend it all at once?
Yeah, you can spend it all at once on all the things that you want to spend it on.
I want to spend it on... Oh, that's what... I see. What? Hey, wait.
Hey, what? Hey, what?
Hang on. Technical difficulties.
There it is.
Where's that right? Was ist los?
And hello, Donald Mackenzie, as well. Nice to see you in, mate. He says, excellent. Cheers.
50.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make any sense. Something's not right here.
Oh, dear. He's come across the bit in the build. Yeah.
There's something...
Now, is this going to be Games Workshop's fault?
I don't know. Again, it's funky diagram nonsense. That goes there like that.
Yeah. Let's have a wheel of blame. I need to build one of them. Actually, I could use the rotisserie thing, couldn't I? I could have little segments in there. Right, Fox is stuck on a build. Let's spin the wheel and see who to blame. Games Workshop's fault.
No, it's trying to get this.
I love mocking him.
To fit on this arm, and it doesn't even match the picture.
He'll get me back. Trust me, he'll get me back.
Well, right? No, that's the way around. What?
Yeah.
Concern.
Oh dear.
That's that one.
What have you put the wrong arm on the wrong dude by any chance, mate?
I think I might have done at some point. I don't know. It looks like I might have done. I don't. The dude that I made like 2 years ago, so I've got no way to go back and fix it.
Well, yeah, fresh application of extra fin many times, and it should pop it back off, mate.
Why is that? How is that? When is that?
There you go.
That's weird.
PJ says, wabbit. Absolutely, mate.
Wabbit. How does that go on the body?
What's going on there? Retro Rabbit's in saying, hi, kids. Donald says,
hey,
excellent.
Rabbit.
Cheers. Not a problem, Donald. Not a problem at all, mate. Glad to help you out. PJ Lewis says, wabbit. You, Gordon, says Pesky. Billy says, what is Cole building? I presume it a tiny bike from what I can see. I will show you, mate, what I'm doing. I am doing the Ducati Panigale Tricolore, mate. And that was kindly sent to me by the lovely Wendy Hickson with an H, mate. And that's the one that I am doing, mate. Yeah. So that's what I am up to, young fella. I'll adjust my camera when I've put the lid back down. There you go. Let's
wait a minute.
Bring the camera back in. There you go.
What's that? Oops.
Get them out of the way and put them back in there for now.
Right, you go there.
Have you resolved your issue, dear?
I do not know.
Oh, dear.
Stand by.
This is where it all goes wrong for him now, folks.
Stand by. What's that? How does that go in there? Does that go?
It's the noises. It's the fault processes. That's what it is.
That would go there. And that will go there. So that would sort of almost fit, except that makes no sense. I've got the upper arm with a rectangular peg and the lower arm with 2 rectangular nubs. I'm like, that's not how that's supposed to go together at all. What?
No.
This just makes no sense. So I've got 2 arms that are the wrong arm.
Just slice the nub off and make it a reasonable fit and just slap it in there, mate.
Yeah, because there's no way that's going to fit anywhere else. I'll just have to wing it.
Oh, lammerkins. I feel your pain.
Actually, can I wing it? Yes, I can force it.
It's
like
so unfair you having to deal with all of this on a build, mate. I'm genuinely worried there, mate.
Well, these 2 arms that I've got, they're parts 41 and 51, and nowhere in the instruction does it mention parts 41 or 51.
Oh, is this a triangle moment by any chance?
It's everything's completely misnumbered. I think as well, it was compounded by the fact that I may have used one of the wrong arms on one of the other arms.
You have got the right instructions, ain't you?
Yeah, I think it's partly my fault and partly weird instruction numbering. Pretty weird. Let's just carve off some nubs and just make it fit. Let's just sort that nonsense out and force it.
This is why Fox prefers being a painter, isn't it, dear?
Yeah, I don't do building.
No.
Building's not my forte.
Would I be right in saying that building really isn't your comfort zone?
It can be.
Yeah.
If it's a very simple build and everything's correct.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
So it is Games Workshop's fault. Yeah, okay.
No, I think for sure I've got one of the wrong arms. I put one of the wrong arms on the first dude. So it's partly my fault, which I'll hold my hands up and say, yeah, no problem. I goofed. That guy's got one of the wrong arms on, but they both fit perfectly, which is weird. So your advice to just make it fit, that'll work fine, I think.
Yeah, if in doubt, just persuade it to comply, mate.
And if it's not a brilliant fit, what I do is I lash some easy line round and it looks like a binding and no one will ever know.
Exactly. See?
Because there's no way they'll ever know.
Proud of you now. Proud of you now, mate. So you've gone into proper man mode now.
For the man who has everything, buy him more everything.
Yeah, denim for the man that doesn't have to try too hard.
Dead God. Denim for the man who really can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Right, so it's going to be fudging it a little bit, but we can do that.
Nothing wrong with fudging. Fudging works.
Oh, it's not a problem for just fudge it all together. It's just the moment of, It's like, what? Nothing's
Fudging
fixed. They're all the wrong.
Always works, mate.
Yeah. Fudge it just a little bit.
Nothing wrong with a goodly bit of fudging, mate.
Look at the fudge on that. Right, that goes in there. That goes on there. Kind of doesn't really fit, but...
You don't want to put your glue pot lid in there, Cole. That's a pot of putty, mate.
Got to put a potty or two. Never mind, moving on. Shh.
Why did I add that in the voice of Finger Bob's? Got to put a putty.
Your feeling's a finger.
This works, doesn't it, mate?
It does, yeah.
Now, see, Joseph Seed's Amazing Grace in the voice of Finger Bobs.
But the thing is, you see, Joseph Seed singing Amazing Grace, isn't that earwormy when you've had all the sort of Christian rock songs coming from the enemy bases that's all there all the time? Because that really gets in your mind.
I haven't progressed that far.
I know, you haven't got that yet.
I'm not as good as you, am I? So I've not got that far yet.
It's not a question of being good, it's just a question of you haven't done that bit yet.
It's one of those. Yeah, I'm only saying, dear.
I know.
Yeah, it's one of those. When I arrive at that part of my gaming education, I shall enjoy it.
The new earworm shall begin.
I am so glad that I didn't live stream any of it, because you'd have all mocked me mercilessly.
No, you need to be in a place for that.
So that's got.
Let's just jam it on. How's that going to work?
Yeah, it's got a deliberate tit on the end of that one. So that stays.
Wiggle it just a little bit.
Yeah, it's got a bit of intentional tittage.
Intentional titulations.
Yeah.
What's the best kind of tit? The intentional tit.
Never forget the first time I said that. It was on the Bane blade, and the same blade, wasn't it? It's like, what's that on there? It's got a tit on it, Fox. Hey? I know. Terrible.
Might just have made this work. Just. Somehow.
Smooth that off. Right, let's have a quick looky, Kins, at the chat.
Smooth, round and earthy.
Jeff was saying, I was wondering what the loud bang noise was. Hugh says, Cole just finished his first pair of Godheads. Second pair is waiting for the cover to dry before final assembly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Sort of, yes.
Retro says to you, are those Necrons?
No, it is Age of Sigmar, and it is they are Mortizan Tithe Echelons. Yeah. They are the Ossiarch Bone Reapers faction, apparently. They're all skeleton dudes, basically. They're all like big skeleton dudes, but they're not complete. They're bony.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, I think I made that fit. I think I got away with it just about. I built a couple of dudes, and I built the big monster thing.
Oh, right,
which is all bones, and they collect bones of the dead to use them to power. I don't know the story behind them. It's all bones and stuff. Well, my wolf got that for Christmas a couple of years ago. And I was thinking last night, yeah, they're all skeleton dudes. It'll take me like 10 minutes to paint them, and forgetting that they've got all this complex armour around the skeleton. It's like, okay, maybe not 10 minutes then. Maybe not quite 10 minutes. Yoffie lifts a finger, and the paint is done. Yeah. It's that little...
I so hope it's not copyrighted, though.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah, but it's not your channel, is it?
It would still bother me.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Right, I think I got away with that just about. I forced it to fit. I don't like forcing anything.
Yeah, don't want it forcing it, dear.
You like to force it for... No, stopping.
All right, so let that dry off. That then goes up the way in there, like so.
In there, like that, you see?
Cool beans.
Oh, fudge.
Taking that stays the same colour. Let's have a little looky-loo. If it doesn't, then I'll... what's that? Let's have a looky, Kins. So that will be a titanium silver with a poly cap in there. Yeah, we'll put that in.
Poly cap.
Yeah, we'll put that in at the end. So that is a separate bit, but at least I know it will slide in with it assembled. So we can pop that back out. Have you a bit of him?
Have you a bit of him? Right, there you go. The arm's done for that dude.
Anything else to go on there? No. Right, so that can go on a set of clips as well.
We're up to...
I got up to... Jeff Light. What the loud bang was.
Oh, yeah. Hugh Gordon says, first, G's my spilling. Don't know what that means. And then he says, if in doubt, give it a clout. Get your hammers here. 2 for a pound, 4 for a fiver.
Absolutely, you. Absolutely.
And Swigging Pig is in and says, evening all.
Hello, Swigging. How are you, mate? Lovely to see you.
I've got a fruit fly whizzing round.
Oh,
Excellent.
have you? Oh, dear. It's just what you want.
Yeah. So why do we get them in this house like even in this time of year. I don't know why they come up here. It's like the kitchen's downstairs. Just bugger off.
Yeah. Trouble is, once you've got them, it takes a while. I've got them little bottles laying around, you know, the sticky stuff. That sounded wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I need to start calling you Howard Hughes?
Yeah, no.
Ew.
So I'll see where you went. Yeah.
Ew. I went there and it was good.
Yeah. That's just...
Did Jeff Light says sorry, mate, but I don't know why.
That's all right.
Because he retracted something. I don't know who he was saying sorry to or why, but I'm sure it was fine. Oh, Mama Wolf sends you a big hug and a kiss, by the way.
Oh, bless. I'll be lost without my Mama Wolf kisses and hugs.
She got up at almost 7 o'clock at night yesterday. And I said, I'm going to tell Festa, and he went, and she gave me a reply that I can't share here.
Oh, really? One of those, yeah.
Yeah, she gave me a reply, let's just say.
Was it along the lines of some of the greetings I get?
Yeah, there were certainly words involved.
Good girl.
There were both words and words.
Oh, stern words.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a nice thick layer of that on there because I want that to go off so that I can then come back and get rid of all of the seamage, even though there's going to be fairings covering it. I will know it's there.
Seamage.
And that's the problem. I'll know it's there. And I don't want it to be there.
Where do you want it to be, Cole?
Over there, out the way. Right. I'm going to let that do its thing, and then we'll come back and we'll finesse that before it gets painted.
Have you noticed that nobody ever wants anything to be in the way?
Exactly.
It's weird, isn't it? Where do you want this to be? I want it to be over there in the way, please.
Yeah, over there. Yeah. Right, let's have a look, Eakins, now. A bit of radiator fun times.
That radiator fun time noise.
Yeah, it was, mate.
It was a good noise. Quite good, these arms on these dudes. You can kind of pose them. The fixed pose arm, but you can, at the shoulder, pose them kind of wherever you want.
Yeah.
You've got a real Ray Harryhausen look going on to them.
Who?
You know, the guy that did all the stop motion animation, all the, like, the Aladdin and films and all the, you know, whatever. Not Aladdin films, the Jason and the Argonauts and that.
Yeah.
All them films.
Yeah, Cinematronics.
Yeah. I actually saw a video the other day, right? Somebody took the... there's the famous thing from Jason and the Argonauts where he's fighting the skeleton.
Yeah.
And the skeleton's got, like, the shield and stuff. It's like a Greek warrior, but it's a skeleton. Yeah. And they said, this is what Ray Harryhausen would look like if they filmed it at 60 frames a second. And they'd use, like, computer interpretation and stuff to do all the frames, because it was always done at 24 frames a second, so the animation's really jerky like that.
Yeah.
And when they redid it at 60 frames, it's like, that's really good. Yeah. That is really good. Because you always look at them and go, yeah, animation's a bit chunky, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when they redid it at 60 frames a second, it's like, actually, that looks fantastic.
Sometimes you wish that older films like that could be remastered and put back out for release, because I think it would give them a second lease of life, wouldn't it?
I mean, I think that they definitely should with stuff like that, because it's not something that you can't do. It's very easy to do it. They just do it.
Yeah.
But adding the extra frames in. And somebody did it to early Aardman stuff like Wallace and Gromit. But upscaling it to 60 frames a second, it's like, wow, it's amazing. It takes some of the charm away, because that's the charm of the hand-done animation, but at the same time, it's like, oh, that's great.
Happy days.
I'm mostly out of camera, I'm out of shot. Yeah, I thought I might be.
You have one job.
I set myself exceptionally low standards, which I often fail to achieve.
Yeah, the standards you set are the standards you expect.
Mm-hmm.
Going into PowerPoint presentation mode there, aren't we? Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Bullet points.
Oh, yeah, PowerPoint courses. Yeah, great. Yeah.
Yes. Now we're going to look at customer engagement. Slap.
Yes, just to let you know, there's a seminar. Oh, no.
If the trainer uses the phrase positive listening noises even once, I'm going to throw a chair at them and walk out.
Yeah.
Now remember, positive listening noises, throwing of chair.
Yeah, it's like, really? Yeah. So that's going to have that. That's going to have that. That's going to stay silver. Okay, so yeah, that's going to go on a stick of stickness.
Hugh Gordon says, Yoffie lifts another and a Scampy darts about. Yoffie bends another and a tortoise head peeps out. I used to like Scamp. Scampy was my favourite.
Yes.
Scampy the shrimp.
Yeah. Classic TV of its time, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. Scampy was my favourite. Right. That's that done. If I put a bit of thin on this, is it going to make all the arms fall off? Yeah, probably.
Probably, because that's what happens, mate.
I hate when you get the fat glue and you get a part just in place and it's all nice and firm and you put some thin on and it goes, bleh, it just destroys the join.
Yeah. Fingerbobs was one of those classic shows, Hugh, wasn't it? I mean, wouldn't it be interesting to put a modern child in front of Fingerbobs just to see what they make of it? They're like, yeah.
They'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Well, my tea's gone cold, so it's time for some water.
Yeah. That Hartley hair, Mum's making me have nightmares. Yeah, he was sinister.
That's as in product working as intended.
Yeah.
Right, I shall be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Not a problem. We'll be back in 1 minute, folks. Water run. There you go. But yeah, Fingerbob's favourite, one of the favourites of that era for us as kids. I still remember it. That, Banana Splits, Bagpuss, all of them sort of programmes. It's, like I say, they just went off air, never to be seen again. It's like, I look back and I don't see anything that was particularly offensive in them programmes. So I don't know why they don't get aired. Is it because they've just become too dated? I don't know. I think they were good. Michael Bentine's Potty Time was another one I remember being on. I don't know whether that was across the whole of the UK that it was on, but I can remember seeing it. What was the other ones? Trumpton, Camberwick Green, Chigley, is that one? So, yeah. What was your favourite programmes of them eras? And you had that whole debate, didn't you, back then? You was either Blue Peter or Magpie. So, yeah. Gulliver was the seagull, Flash the tortoise. That was it. You've got a damn good memory, either that or your Google foo's really good. Yeah, Gulliver the Seagull. Yeah, blimey. Magic Roundabout. Is it just me, or did Dylan always look a little bit under the influence of magic mushrooms? Seemed a little bit of a stoner, didn't he? Swigging Pig always wanted the Banana Splits buggy. Yeah, now that would be cool. Now we know where Space 1999 got the idea of their moon buggy from, eh? But yeah. I can remember another TV programme years ago. It was the Double Deckers, and it was a load of kids going around on a bus. I can't remember the full context of it because I can just vaguely remember the name of it. But yeah, again, I don't know whether that was a localised kids programme or whether that was on the national telly. But of course, we had a massive 3 channels back then to choose from as well, folks. It was like, yeah. Need that bit back because apparently that goes on there. Okay, so we'll dry fit that just to double check. And it does. And what colour will that be? That's the same colour, so yeah, that can go on then. Happy days, and there's a little peg there that locates into the other bit. Cool. So that'll be that sub-assembly done. Like I say, once these are all dried, I can then go around and just do any finagling and finessing off air on this. And I shall continue with this one off air as well. It's not going to be every week that you'll see this bike, but because I'm filming it as well, so got my camera set up just there, so I'm filming this, so it will get released as a video as well. So there you go, that's that little fan in there. Eek. Eek. Fanage. Could go full screen, couldn't I, for a bit, actually. There you go. Let's come out of that and go into that layout. There you go. Stay full screen for a little bit until it comes back. Saves you looking at half a blank screen, doesn't it? There you go. And a little bit of that on there. So did we all get for Christmas what we wanted? Did you treat yourselves at Christmas, folks? You know, did you get vouchers and things like that for model shops? And have you been out and bought yourself a couple of treats? Because what it's all about, isn't it? Ah, just confirmed. Yeah, Dylan of the Stoned Rabbit, absolutely. Space Rangers is in, saying hi to Colin and Fox. Hello, Space. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you in. Happy New Year to you guys. Hope everything's all right. Apologies for banging my microphone now. I just had to lean over and open the window because it's a bit warm in here. So I just thought I'd let a bit of air in. There you go. And then that little bit is also the same colour, so that can go on as well then. Now sit somewhat like so. Thereabouts. That's the theory anyway. Finish that shape off, so we'll have all of that on there. Why not, indeed? Going on there. This will go on now. It's all going to be the same colour anyway, so bring that up there at deft angle. Just hold that in place. The clangers, that was it. Are they the ones that used to do that little whistle, Hugh? The clangers. They didn't actually speak. They did like a little whistling thing at each other. Remember them always. Campbell Green was the first ever programme broadcast in colour on the BBC. Was it really? I never knew that, mate. Oh, nice one. Yeah. Yeah, quality British telly, mate. Campbell Green. I never knew that was the first one that was done in colour. That's, yeah, quite an interesting factoid there, mate. Right, so that's two-tone. So we'll spray that all with the silver first and then put the black band across it, and then we can attach all the bits to it. Doing well here. Sub-assemblies. Who would have thought it, eh? Right, so that's that. So we got all the different hoses to go in as well, so we can get them off.
I am back.
You are back. Okay, mate, I'll put us both on the bigly screen. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. C8, C11. Dun, 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 dun.
I've got to do his head, haven't I?
Got to do his head, have you,
guys?
guys?
Well, I've glued his arms on. I'm going to leave him for a minute before I stick his head on, because otherwise I'll bend all the arms off again.
Yeah.
So we'll just move on from that one for a bit. Now what Dewey needs to do, he needs to be super glued to a base. Let's get that done.
Get your super glue here, 3 for £1.
Super glue! I've got to glue him to a base so I can paint this little component.
Oh, right, yeah.
It goes on the back of the big monster, but I need to have it. I was about to say I need to have it off, but hey, I need to have it off so that I can paint the inside of the creature. So I'll stick it on a base and then it can be painted on that. We all need to have it off. Really.
Absolutely. Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. Oops.
There you go. Get that sand.
Sand in. Get your sand in here.
Get your sand in here, 3 for £1.
3 for £1.
Yeah. We'll go till 2:30, folks, and that'll be our cut-off time tonight. So that gives us exactly an hour, folks. Oh.
Ein hour, das ist richtig.
Yeah, nice.
That'll do nicely, won't it?
Yeah.
That'll do nicely.
Couple of hours, isn't it, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
mate? It's a nice way of chilling out, starting the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. I like our Friday. I miss when we don't do a Friday stream.
Yeah, I
love our
really
Friday
do
stream.
like this little time of night. It's just nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because this is the time of the day, really, where I'm at the bench. So.
Yeah. And for me, it's a good time, given everything that I've got to do. And if I choose to do like a Saturday afternoon stream, I've got enough sleep between now and when I go to bed and doing a stream in the afternoon.
Oh, that's
which
it.
I might do tomorrow.
You know, we've both got real life stuff going on, so we work around it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I get to hang out with my buddy. Oh, don't put your finger in the glue, dear. It's not the best thing to do. Simpleton.
You're made of simpletons.
I'm made of 100% pure simpletonium. That's what I'm made of.
Takes a lot of work to become this stupid, mate. It's not an easy task. People don't realise.
Yes.
Many years have gone into this.
Yeah, just to make, it's not everybody can make it look so natural. Being this stupid isn't, it's like you look at a comedian who makes it look so easy now. One of those men that makes noodles by going like that with their hands and they go from a block of dough to noodles. It's not that simple.
No.
Have you ever seen that done?
Oh,
it's
yes.
amazing.
It is art, isn't it?
It's like, how do you go from a blob of dough to individual noodles just by going stretch, pull, stretch, pull, stretch? It's like, my brain's like, I can't figure that out. It's like hitting a block of wood with a hammer for an hour and suddenly you've got like an entire shed or something. And it's just like, what?
Yeah.
That's not how physics actually works or anything. No way to glue this to, unfortunately.
Proper Japanese sous chef.
Yeah.
There was a guy who did a YouTube video and he was doing the full filleting of a tuna and all of that lot. And it was just unbelievable.
Yeah. We used to go to a Japanese restaurant near us. There was a teppanyaki restaurant. So you walk in, you sit around there. You've got the chef who's there and he's got this like big bench in front of him, but it's basically a hot plate.
Yeah.
And you sit at the hot plate and he sits there and he serves up all the rice and all the stuff he needs to cook in front of you.
Oh, right, yeah.
And talks to you. And watching someone, keep in mind this is just with 2 spatulas, juggling rice.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
insane,
hang on,
isn't
wait,
it?
what? Juggling rice with a spatula. What?
Yeah.
It's a joy to behold.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, how does that even work? How can you'd like scoop it all up like this bowl full of rice on one spatula and then throw it in the air and catch it with the other one? It's like, this is insanity.
It's like the guy spinning the dough for the pizzas, isn't it? It's just like, yeah.
Yeah, this makes no sense in physics.
It's like, yeah, if I did that, it would be all up under my arm and everywhere. It would be like, yeah.
Up and under.
Yeah, leave it to the experts, Cole. Just sit there and enjoy.
Leave it to the folks who know what they're doing. Wait, such people exist?
Allegedly, yeah.
Certainly not us.
Yeah, that ship sailed many years ago.
Yeah.
Actually, let's lose that as well.
There are people that know what they're doing, and then there's me and Festa.
Yeah. Well, we are that missing gene that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this there, Carl.
Apologise, I'm doing everything off camera. I'm an idiot.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. I'm probably obscuring everything I'm doing with my rather fat hands, but we try our best.
Yeah, our best is usually rubbish, but
yeah, we try our best to stay on camera, but
I don't know if you said, but Spaced Rangers Recording Studios in.
Yeah, I did say welcome again, mate.
Lovely.
Whilst you're doing that, I'll have a swig of tea then. Get in.
Do it. The clanger made whistling noises, says Jeff Light. But with a delay echo on it. String soup, says Hugh Gordon. Now I feel very old. You are.
Yeah, there you go. Hugh's got our full Saturday rundown. Saturday morning was Casey Jones, champion of Wonder Horse. That was the one I was trying to think of. Double deckers. Oh, you did get it national.
Double deckers.
Banana splits, monkeys, Follyfoot,
yeah.
Thunderbirds, Joe 90. Yeah. Mate.
Now, I remember Follyfoot, although I never watched it. I have no idea what Casey Jones is.
It's the train, Casey Jones. Yeah, it's the train operator.
I don't remember that at all. I have no memory of that.
Yeah.
But I know all the others. I never watched Follyfoot, but I'm aware of it.
Issue, out of interest, Casey Jones, isn't that who they based Jones the Steam off for Ivor the Engine?
Ivor the Engine.
But Casey Jones, oh mate, yeah, had the brilliant intro. Do you remember the Littlest Hobo as well?
The funny thing is, I remember the Littlest Hobo, but I have no memory of it, to the point that I was shocked to be told it was a German Shepherd. And I'm like, I thought it was a little tiny dog mongrel of some sort. No, it's a German Shepherd. I thought it was like some Heinz 57 little...
No, little mongrel, you thought, didn't you?
Yeah. No. I clearly had totally wrong information going on there.
Your brain folds told you a completely different story, didn't they, dear?
My brain folds were giving me misinformation. I want misinformation.
Yeah, never met the girl, but she turned up a lot, didn't she, back then, misinformation?
Yeah. I see what we did there.
Good,
right.
wasn't it?
It was acceptable. Right,
Damn
so
it. Tough room.
4, 5 and 6. Now, this guy's got big swords, right? But they're so big, they're two-handed swords, and he's got 4 arms, so he just holds each sword in one hand, in one pair of hands.
He's a lucky boy.
That's kind of kick-ass. You can't really say it's not.
33.
63. 6, 4, and 5.
I'm going to get all the bits together that are in halves, I think. Mud guards, fuel tanks, things like that. All the two-pieced items together. Just to get them out of the way.
2-piece, that's 1 piece and another piece.
There you go, it's the other half of it over there, Carl.
I was watching a video today on the Warhammer YouTube channel.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it was one of the older videos. Peachy was still there. And he was doing a video about hard coat varnish.
Hard coat. Coat, because it's hard.
And it's written apostrophe A-R-D, hard coat. And yet he kept calling it hard coat, and I'm like, "Oh, Peachy, no, what are you doing?"
No,
because Peachy drinks Yorkshire tea and drops H's all the time. So the one thing where there is no H, he puts an H on it. I'm like, "Oh no, come on, come on, Peachy, come on now, hard coat."
Was you shaking your fists at your keyboard, going, "I want to tell him he's pronouncing it wrong"?
No, I was like, "Oh, of all the things for him to not pronounce."
Mispronunciation is the bugbear of Fox's life.
It's like, oh, come on now. There's no H in there. 64. I need 64. Where's 60?
See, now he's told me that's going to be the 1H I never drop again now. So did he put hard coat on his chassis?
Although I did learn one thing from the video.
Oh, tell me.
Well, you've got hard coat, which is the gloss varnish.
Yeah.
And you've got Munitorum, whatever it is, which is their satin varnish in a rattle can.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a matte varnish called Storm Shield. It's like, when did they bring that out?
When did that come out?
I've got a bottle of it, I realised. I'm like...
Oh, have you really?
Like, I looked in my drawer and I'm like, what the hell's Storm Shield? It's like some matte varnish.
Why does it not surprise me that you'd have a bottle of that?
I think I got it in a care package from Goblin at some point, but it's like...
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell's Storm Shield? What is it? It's like, it's a matte varnish. Really? I didn't know they did one. Okay. Learn something every day.
Absolutely, mate. Right, so we got that going up over his iris, over his rump.
Iris. Space Rangers Recording Studio says you can call me Space or UFO or whatever.
Oh, no worries, mate.
I think it's because I struggled to say it when I stumbled on my words.
That's all right. That's a normal day for me, mate.
Yep.
See what I did there.
I see what you did there, young child. Young man. Oh, young man.
And don't forget, also, folks, it is the new, hopefully improved E-Models Monday streams coming up in a couple of weeks' time because we've had a change on the format. I'll be doing the tank this Monday coming, so I'll be doing some more on the 1/16th tank for them. But, yeah, we've had a bit of a rejig, haven't we?
I've just realised I've not changed any of my stuff. It's still got 2023 on it. I better do that later.
Yeah, I've got to do all on mine yet. But...
yeah, I totally forgot about that. I was like, oh, that's the point. All my dated stuff, I need to change it all now.
That's the most frustrating part of the new year, isn't it?
Yeah. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
There you go.
Your overlays and stuff is like, oh.
Yeah, but it's only once a year, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Oh, you just make a quick change and the overlay stays the same. So
exactly.
It's not the problem.
It's only a text file.
Dee-dee-dee-dee. You're a text file.
I'm made of text files. I like being a text file.
Text file. Casey Jones is always at the footplate on the Cannonball Express, a steaming, a rolling. Was it an American thing? It was. Did he have like the red and white striped hat or something?
It's black and white, the programme, if I remember rightly.
Ah.
Mind you, that might be because we was watching it on the black and white telly, so it could be that it was in colour.
I think it was just a little bit before my time in that case.
Yeah.
I have no memory of Casey Jones.
Because we was quite late to the whole colour TV thing, because,
Yeah. I remember the amazingness when we got our first TV with a remote control.
Yeah.
That was like, wow, I need to press all the buttons for an hour straight and piss everybody off.
Yeah, but was your old man like my old man, where it was a toy and you'd be watching something, the channel go bink, 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 channel to channel?
No,
like a channel hopper.
No, it was more like I wasn't really allowed near it because I'd do that. I'd be sitting there messing about with it and be like, I want to watch that. But takes it off me. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I was a bit of a terror with the remote. And I remember the first time we got a TV that didn't just have one speaker, it was like stereo.
I remember when teletext first landed, how brilliant it was. It's like, CFAX and Oracle, get in there.
Yeah, CFAX and Oracle. Oh, yeah. Waiting for the pages to update on like an 8-page article or something you're reading.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, give me a next page button.
Yeah, CFAX and Oracle. Is teletext still going? Is it still a thing?
It still exists, but not in the UK, or not in it exists in some forms for certain things, but not for telly anymore.
Yeah,
not here in the UK. It does exist in other countries, but teletext and CFAX, I think the system exists for other things, but not for TV. I think.
Oh, what a shame, because I used to like teletext. It was quick, wasn't it? It was quick and simple. You just put the text up, have a read of your news and sport, boom, done.
Yep. think got superseded by the interwebs and satellite and cable, didn't it? I think after all that.
Yeah, I think once all the 24-hour news programs kicked in as well, wasn't it? It was the beginning of the end, but
yeah,
still a shame.
Doesn't really need anymore. Because they always had the really cheesy music as well. It was a good revenue source for, like, musicians who could get some money for the library music.
Oh yeah, the jingle gods used to love it, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
You'd have been in your element if that was still a thing with your King of the Jingle stuff.
Jingle. That must be 64 then, which goes...
Foxx is like, jingles? How very dare you? I'm a talented musician, you know.
Musizione, sempre, sempre qua. Bella bambina, yeah. I don't know what that means. I'll just knock the microphone there while I'm doing it.
Yeah, like.
Knocking the microphone, it's what I do.
So that's a bigly one, large. Yeah, the clue's in the word
like
large.
I like a nice bigly one.
Nice big large polycap.
Polycap.
Yeah, I've put one of those in there. Do a quick dry fit just to make sure.
It was quite funny. I don't know if you saw it, but I posted up. A-Models have now got the they've got the big door in stock.
Yes.
I put a thing up saying, "Look what's back in stock," and within minutes there was a response from Ted saying, "No."
Yeah, because that's our little wind up with him, innit? We've basically told Tex is American, Ted. We basically said that we're going to badger Pete, mate, so that Ted gets to build one. He's like, don't. Mrs. Ted will not understand this. Don't.
Yeah, Mrs. Ted will not let me live more than a minute.
Yeah, he's like, don't do this to me. I'm your friend. Yeah. Here's our bank accounts, Ted. Deposit funds of large amounts into all three of these accounts.
Well, somebody said, Ted, you should do that. And I said, Ted's got a choice between doing the Dora or not putting an enormous hinge on his roof.
Yeah.
It's a difficult choice, but a choice nonetheless. Look at that. That's a big sword when you got two arms. You need arms.
There you go. It is, isn't it? Yeah.
I like a big sword. Wait. 70.
Hugh says, forget about the lightning tree. There was another Saturday morning trouser fest. Then all calmed down for Stop the Pigeon, wacky races of Wile Coyote. Absolutely, mate. Yeah. And of course, obviously, we had Tiswas. Yeah, because we all watched it for its content, didn't we?
Yeah. And then there was all the weird foreign kids' TV that we got, like the Ringing Singing Tree and Heidi and stuff like that.
Yeah, cheap programs that they didn't have to pay a lot for just to fill airtime. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that the Magic Roundabout was French or Belgian or something.
Yeah.
And we dubbed over it.
We used to get a lot of Scandinavian little children's shows, didn't we, in that as well? And it's...
I remember in the early days of Channel 4, they used to show randomly show a lot of very strange Eastern European, Polish and like Russian and Latvian little 5-minute cartoons that were always like weird and depressing and terrifying.
Yeah.
But they're very strange.
Do you remember Ludwig?
Was he an owl or an egg or something in a nest?
It was an egg. Yeah, it's a little egg that used to walk around thing, wasn't it? And it was like, never did get what it was about. It was like, this is weird, but strangely compelling to watch.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about it other than what you just said, but yes, I remember it. It's weird, isn't it? Ludwig, I'd forgotten the name. I forgot all about
Ludwig.
That. Good God.
Yeah. I know, it makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What was the one with Kenneth Williams, the TV set Evil Edna? Will-O-the-Wisp. That was it.
Will-O-the-Wisp, yes. Yeah. With Moog, or Moog, the dog.
Yeah.
Which even then I thought was great that they named a dog after a synthesizer.
Could you imagine it, right? Will-O-the-Wisp but done by Brian Blessed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, can you imagine how traumatised that generation of children would have been?
It's funny you say that, but Brian Blessed does do voice work for some children's TV programmes.
Yes.
I think he had a character in the new version of Danger Mouse, which, if anybody out there has got access to it, not the original Danger Mouse from the 80s, but the new Danger Mouse.
Yeah.
I think it's BBC Worldwide. If you're not in the UK, it's actually really good. It's really, really good. Because if you watch the original Danger Mouse, it's terrible. It really is bad. The animation is not great. The artwork's terrible. I don't know how Cosgrove Hall made money in those days. But the new Danger Mouse is actually really, really good.
Yeah, it was Brian Blessed. What more can we say?
I think he did a voice in Aquanauts or something. That one where it's the kids that go in the submarine and do things. And there's a couple of other kids' programs where he's done voices of characters. It's like, oh, that's just excellent. Brian Blessed on a children's
treasure.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I saw on the news earlier that sadly David Soul passed away from Starsky and Hutch.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old was he?
He was
80s, I reckon.
He was 80, mate. But yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I was quite surprised at that. I was like, I didn't realise he had been ill, but apparently he'd been ill for quite a while, bless him. So Starsky and Hutch, I rewatched that about a year ago, and I went in.
Age well.
Yeah, and it hasn't. It really hasn't. Yeah. But Huggy Bear was still the cool dude, you know. But,
yeah.
But yeah, so
right.
Yeah, that was sad to hear.
That's sad. Like Hill Street Blues actually has aged really quite well. It's quite.
I'm currently, for some reason, don't ask me why, because even I don't know why, what I'm about to say here. But I've suddenly, for the first time ever, started watching NYPD Blue.
Oh, yeah. Never told me that.
I don't know why. It was on there and I clicked it. And I'm sitting there thinking, why am I watching this? But
all I remember about that is it's got the little round guy with the egghead.
That's him, yeah. David Caruso.
Yeah. No, it never intrigued me. Like, I think because it was just serious. Because the Hill Street Blues was slightly light-hearted a little bit. And I was a kid.
Is this where you issue me a finger of shame and tell your mum?
No. I see, NYPD Blue was big, serious business in the day.
I've never watched an episode of Hill Street Blues.
Oh, if you ever see it, give it a go, because it was the first proper police procedural drama series, really, of its kind. Because it was one that started all the. NYPD
I remember
Blue.
Watching way back when, and I think it was before Starsky and Hutch. I can't exactly remember whether it was before or after. But one with Angie Dickinson playing Sergeant Pepper something in Policewoman.
Oh yeah, Policewoman, that's it.
But I can't remember that. Yeah, I can't remember whether it was pre-Starsky and Hutch or after.
Get out of bed.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you what shocked me the other day. Normally, I'm pretty good at identifying an actor or an actor's voice when I watch a programme. Like, you see something, you're like, I know that guy from somewhere. Where's he from?
Yeah.
And I usually figure it out. I was watching NCIS the other day.
Yeah.
And there was an admiral in it.
Yeah.
And he kept turning up, and it's like... And nothing registered. And then at one point, about, 10 minutes before the end of the programme, my brain just went, that's Bruce Boxleitner. And I went, oh, God! I hadn't recognised him at all, because I'd not ever seen him old.
It's when you watch an old show like that, and then you Google the cast.
Oh, God, I do that all the time.
And you see them now, and it's like, prime example, right? I've got one here, because my missus asked me to Google it. And it is David Caruso. Do you remember... what was it? Horatio Kane from the CSI Miami.
I never used to watch CSI. Is he the one with the used to pull the glasses off and say the witty line?
Yeah, you used to always squint at the camera.
Yeah, I never watched it though, but I know the character.
That character in the middle, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know the one.
Yeah.
Oh God, well that's him now.
That's him now. Yeah, 67 now.
Wow.
didn't realise. You don't, do you? You don't realise that the folks you watched have aged, you know?
But it's funny for me because it's like Bruce Boxleitner I haven't seen since the 80s when I was a kid and he was in all the like the Fall Guy and stuff. And so I'd not seen him like as a fat old man. And it's weird how I got through like 45 minutes before my brain even registered that I recognised him slightly.
Fall Guy's getting made into a movie now. Yeah, I know.
It's not going to...
I think from memory, it's got the geezer out of Barbie playing it. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't mind the A-Team film. It was all right. It was all right. The casting was all right. I got on with it. It wasn't brilliant, but it wasn't terrible. But I don't think
No, we had seen worse, but I don't think The Fall Guy will be good as a movie. I'm just going to mute to ring the missus. I know it's early, but she's on an early one today.
Yeah, The Fall Guy, I can't see that working. I can't see that. I didn't mind the A-Team movie. It was all right. It was acceptable. But I'm one of those people, like Colin said, if I'm watching something now, because I tend to watch series like I'm watching NCIS now, like, 5 or 10 years behind the loop. And I always end up like binge watching stuff, and as I'm binge watching it, you'll see an actor from like 10 years ago before they became famous, and you're like, I know that person. Where have I seen that actor before? Where have I seen that actor before? And I end up basically, whenever I binge watch something, I've got the thing I'm watching the binge watching on and IMDb in the background. I can't help myself. I have to learn. I have to be reminded where I end up looking up half the cast. What else have I seen them in? What have they done since? And it is fascinating. I always get that thing of what have they done since they did this? I don't know why I always want to know.
Oh, yeah, I like doing the whole Google trip. It sends you off for a good hour or so, doesn't it? And it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's for me, it's not, I was just saying, it's like, it's normal for me to have like mid-streaming software open and IMDb. So I can right, what have I seen him before? What happened to him after this?
Use IMDb. It's like, yeah.
Because I go through and say, where have I seen him before? So I list their entire career and go, no. There, that's the one.
Normally, as soon as I load something up on Prime or whatever, on my phone, I've got IMDb just so that I can have a list of the cast, and then I then go on my little Google journey.
It's funny watching NCIS like from the first 5 or 6 years, because it's kind of like when you watch The Bill from the 1980s, and it's got all the regular bit part actors that you see in stuff later on that were just starting out. So you're watching NCIS, and it's like, well, there's that guy from this thing who came in. Here's half the cast from Castle, half the cast from Bones.
And isn't it funny how different TV studios, the same actors will cross into different TV shows, It's normally always the same group of actors that you see bouncing from show to show on certain networks.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I used to love about all the sort of kids action shows in the 80s, like A-Team and stuff. That there was a round robin of like actors that you would always appear.
Yeah.
In like the A-Team or whatever those action series were, the same ones every time.
Yeah. Extra that was thrown through the window. That's the same guy that was thrown through a window on MacGyver. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, there's the actor that looks like Kennedy. There's the actor that's got the weird face. There's the one that played Decker in the A-Team. There's always like the bad guy ones. There's the fat one with the weird moustache. He was in about 18
Al Leone used to be the balding Asian fella with the long moustache and the really long balding mullet that used to get thrown down the windows and beaten up by Chuck Norris and everything. It's like,
Yep. Yep. Oh, and look, there's Mr. Miyagi. He always played the Asian guy in any kind of TV series.
He got interviewed once. The person said, isn't it a shame you've never been given a leading role? He said, but I would have got one leading role. He said, whereas, he said, I've had hundreds and hundreds of appearances as an extra. He said, and that doing it that way, he says, put all my kids through college. And he said, so it's worked for me.
Yeah, because every single appearance as an extra is a little bit of royalties,
Yeah, he said, so, why be a one-film wonder? Yeah.
And never only get royalties because like 5 people a year watch that movie.
He said, whereas I've got a rolling income, he said, because I've been in so many B movies and things like that.
Well, that's the B movies. They're all the classic action films as well. If you're going to be in like, if you want to make your money, go into like cheesy action movies, because then they're always being played somewhere.
And I thought that was a wonderful philosophy because he said I had a choice. Go for it and be a leading man and be probably a 10-minute sensation. Or do this as a career so that I could, buy a house, put the kids through school.
Have a slight chance of being successful or have
a
guarantee of having a good income.
Yeah, I thought that was great logic. So any jobbing actors out there, I thought that was probably the best advice any of them would have got.
Yeah.
Made perfect sense, didn't it?
Yeah. Because, your chances of actually becoming famous off it are quite slim.
Yeah.
It's always quite telling when you go on IMDb, you're looking up an actor, and you're like, I can't remember who it was, but there was some actor in something today, and I looked them up, and I was like, I know that person. And I looked them up, and it was somebody who was an actor all their life. But you look at their history, and they did like one movie and like a few guest appearances in a handful of TV series, and that was it. And they're like spread 15 years apart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did they even pay their bills?
Exactly.
Because they get two jobs 10 years apart. That's not earning a living. That's not royalties.
That's why a lot of them end up as builders or lawyers or whatever, because they're not making a regular income.
I used to work in a call centre for a really crappy telecoms company, who I shall not name. Nobody will know who it is. It's a business telecoms company. And one of we had a new influx of staff at one point, and these people all came in, and there's this one guy, and I'm like, I know that guy from somewhere. Why do I know that guy? This really tall, reasonably good-looking bloke comes in. We're like, and as opposed to all the usual sort of council estate dregs that we get applying for jobs that last 6 months, I'm like, I'm sure I know this guy from somewhere. Turns out he was in Hollyoaks as one of the main characters for a long time.
Oh, really?
And then left, and now he's working in a crappy call centre. He's like, yeah. And he was there for years. He became a team leader and everything. He was a really nice guy. He was like a really cool guy.
Oh, yeah. We had a business insurance assessor turn up to one of the companies I worked for. And it was Ian Dowie, ex-West Ham striker.
All right.
Rather than go into the whole football management thing and all of that one, he decided to go and do his insurance, Yeah, you would.
Did you get a sign of life?
Yeah, I did get a sign of life, mate.
Did you get words?
No, she was following her instructions. She's the one who wanted to get up earlier.
Yeah, that doesn't protect you from words, though, does it?
No. I was like, yeah.
Bless her. Do. Anyway, let's have a catch up on your track while that's gluing. Swig and Pig is off. He says night all. Take care, Swig and Pig.
Take care, Swiggin. Lovely for you to come in, mate, and keep us both company. Yep.
He was in briefly, but he'll be missed when he's not here.
Absolutely.
It was lovely for him to be here. Q Gordon says, forgot about that, the lightning tree. That was another Saturday morning. Oh, we've done that one.
Yeah.
HR Puff and Stuff says Space Rangers. We didn't get that here in the UK, but somebody mentioned that a while ago, so I looked it up.
Yeah.
I looked up HR Puff and Stuff. What the hell? What?
Oh, really?
What? I mean, I know the 1960s in America were all kind of like, everybody was a bit doped, but really, what? Just, I'll let you go and look it up later, Carl. Just look up HR. What?
It's just one of those where I'm going to send you that expression of.
It basically makes like the banana splits look like something a rational mind thought up.
Now, so you can't tell me that the guys that did banana splits weren't on some kind of substance.
Yeah, it was that whole 1960s beach boogie culture, you know what I mean? But HR Puff and Stuff, it's like, what? Magic Roundabout was originally French, says Jeff Light. That's what I thought.
Oh, right, yeah.
Black and Grey TV was the best. Snooker and darts made the young brain work.
Oh, yeah.
Danger Mouse is on his way, says Space Rangers. Yeah, the new Danger Mouse is awesome. I think they might have finished it now. It's about 3 or 4 years old, but it's just the animation, the artwork is really nice. The animation's great, and the voice actor's just fantastic. It's got that guy, that actor who's in everything whose name I can't remember, playing Danger Mouse.
I was disappointed that yet another on the list was put out, and Brian Blessed wasn't on it.
Yeah.
Very, very disappointing.
There must be a reason.
Yeah.
Philiste says, my mate's gran used to call it Nippid Blue, but and my PD Blue, Nippid Blue.
Oh, right, yeah.
Jeff Light says, the Fall Guy, no. I would much prefer an updated $6 million man. That would be good.
Yeah, well, talking about that, Mark Wahlberg has got the rights to it, and he's been wanting to do the six billion with a B.
Yeah, it would have to be that nowadays, wouldn't it?
And he's been... Well, the project's been on the cards for about 6 years now, and obviously we had Velociraptor and that. Yeah. So he's just trying to get the right funding for it, and he will do it because he's actually got the rights to it. So
I mean, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's going to play Steve Austin or whether he's casting for it, but I know he's going to be a part of the production. So
yeah, he might make a good Steve Austin. I'm not the biggest fan of Mark Wahlberg. He's all right. Just it's like there was many years ago, about 10 or 11 years ago, there were people trying to sort out a reboot of Space 1999.
Yes.
But it kind of came and went and then died to death, and it's just gone now.
That would be a good one to do, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's be honest.
I mean, they redesigned the eagle in a way that was like, it basically was an eagle.
Yeah.
And this is when fans hate everything, but they redesigned the eagle. I was like, don't mess it up. And they got the eagle. It looks like the eagle. It's perfect, except the windows on the command module, instead of being like the recessed triangles, like proper, they were just bubbles.
No,
I'm like, wait, no.
You've
got everything else
exactly. The eagle. It has to stay the same.
You've got everything else spot on, but you've got the windows as these raised bubble. No.
Yeah, that would be sacrilege. That's not how space works. That would be enough for me not to watch it.
Yeah. Right, and Space Ranger says, he has to go. Take care, all. He says, hard to make much money nowadays.
Absolutely. It certainly is, mate. It's getting more and more difficult. It really is.
Hugh Gordon says, I often wondered if the Waltons had a little house on the prairie guarded by the littlest hobo who ran away from Boxcar Willie to keep their unwanted children in.
Good. I like Hugh's analogies. They are good.
That's a whole train of thought going on there.
That is. And of course, the train would have gone past the High Chaparral and things like that.
Oh, yeah. Space Rangers leaves and says, HR Puff and stuff was stoned. Just take a look later, Colin.
Really? Oh, mate. Oh, yeah, I will do.
PJ says, for those watching in black and white, the blue ball is behind the pink ball.
Yeah, classic commentary.
Classic.
Goof, wouldn't it?
Absolute classic, yeah. That's up there with Murray Walker going, look up there, it's the sky.
Yeah.
This guy looks kind of meaty with his two-handed sword with 4 arms. It's kind of an impressive look.
Murray Walker was legendary, wasn't he, with some of his goofs?
Mm-hmm. He'd get so excited and carried away, and then just nonsense would come out of his mouth.
Yeah. David Coleman was like it, wasn't it, with his infamous Coleman Balls section in Private Eye magazine. And,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was another one that could come up with some classics.
Yeah, Coleman was like the legend of it. He was kind of the icon of goofing like that with his Coleman Balls. I think I had a book of Coleman Balls once.
Yeah, I think I did, mate. Yeah, I think my mum got me it.
It was one of those 1980s Christmas present books.
You just used to think, how on earth has he got himself in such a muddle? But that's just how it was, wasn't it? I mean, I couldn't be a commentator. I'm bad enough doing a live stream, let alone bloody commentary.
I mean, the thing is, we do our live streams and stuff, and we both know how easy it is just to say absolute nonsense without realising it.
Yeah.
Because your brain goes carried away, and you're busy thinking about what you're doing because you're presenting, and then you just kind of dribble just comes out.
Yeah. So then suddenly you forget you're live, don't you? And you'll just be randomly coming out of all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, it's just the fact you're doing it on live television is even worse, I suppose.
Whereas when you film, you end up with a massive blooper reel.
Yeah.
Because how many times have we done that? You sit there, you set up, and I always do a little prologue before I film anything, just to test my audio and stuff like that. So I'll sit there and I do Festa's slightly risque nursery rhymes, and they are brutal, but hey, you know.
Yeah, I just kind of go blah, 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 and make little noises.
Yeah, it's a great way of testing your audio. But...
yeah.
So we got that all done.
There have been times when I've recorded some footage and stuff, and I've done all the speaking.
Yeah.
And then I've gone back in to do the editing, and I sit there and I'm like, I have no idea what the hell I just said. I'll be like, I know what all the words were, but I just no idea what I actually intended the meaning to be, so I should edit it out. And it just happened to I just run into this word salad that means nothing.
Yeah.
Because I'll just kind of do some crazy sentence that when you actually think about it, it doesn't actually say anything. It's just words. But when you're doing it, you don't think about it. You're too busy doing what you're doing and thinking about the shot and everything else. You just waffle on.
Well, I think a lot of the time, like I say, especially when folks don't do a lot of filming themselves, it's very easy not to guess or get what goes into it.
Oh yeah,
you know, and it can be quite an in-depth thing. You put a lot of time and effort into your videos and that, but so much of it does end up on the cutting room floor.
You know, yeah. I mean, people don't realise that if you watch a half-hour video, there could be a good 5 or 6 hours of editing in that.
Yeah, easy.
And you know, many more hours of actually doing the filming in the first place.
Well, this is it. I mean, this is a prime example. This live stream, you know, I'm going to have 2.5 hours worth of footage here to edit into, you know, probably only a 5-minute section on the video.
Yeah. Like if I was editing this into a video, I'd just be showing how to glue it. I'd be like, do this, glue it now. There you go, done. That'd be like 10 seconds. Done. Yeah.
Exactly, because, yeah, you want to move on to the more interesting stuff. This will just be a little bit of speed footage of the build process, but depends on what the audience want, because certain videos people want you to do step by step. I mean, this is going to be a step by step because I've got a couple of people in the Zoom that haven't built bikes a lot.
Yeah.
They want to see all the different detailing processes and things that you can do. So this one will go out as a step-by-step full build, whereas others I do now I've just cobbled together into a 1-episode speed build. Bit of music, bit of audio, job done. This one will be a full step-by-step because I know a couple of people in the group have got this kit. So
yeah,
you know, and I don't mind that.
Whereas when it's just a regular kit like something I'm doing here, you wouldn't even film the build. You'd just be like, here's the thing I built, I've primed it, right, let's get painting.
I'll still get people go, oh, what did you bother filming stuff, cutting off the sprues? Oh, I know how to do that. And it's like, well, skip through to the stage that you want. But there are people watching that have asked for a step-by-step video, hence why it's a step-by-step build.
Yeah.
You can't please everyone all of the time, put it that way.
No. But, you know, there are people who have never made a model before.
Exactly.
Don't even know how to get parts and glue them together.
Exactly. So a lot of builds, every now and then I'll treat it as if the person has never, ever built a model kit.
I mean, the telling comment I often see is when you've got somebody like talking about a plastic model kit and they're asking what glue to use. Should I use, is it super glue? It's like,
yeah,
no. You know, basic things like that we would say were basic things. People don't know them when they're born. They have to learn them. So
absolutely. I'd rather people ask me the same question time and time again, you know?
Yeah. So you can't assume. But I mean, for me, it's like I wouldn't, from now on, I'm probably not going to film, you know, any kind of assembly because it's just building Games Workshop kits. It's not that hard. But
no, that's right, because it's a different genre for you. But
yeah, but it's more about the filming. But if I'm doing, say, a Forge World kit, I probably will show the build because it's resin and not everybody knows how to do resin.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
You know, so, well, you know, you build different things. You know, I mean, not all my bikes will be step by step. But certain ones will, because I know people have got them kits and they specifically said, oh, when you film yours, could you do it as a step-by-step for me? So I shall film a full step-by-step, but I'll also then edit a episode or a single video that's the full build in one video, so people get the choice then. But I could be making a rod for my own back with double editing, but, you know.
Well.
I've got the footage. I might as well do both, you know, so...
It doesn't have to be for everything, does it? It's just occasionally do it is a good thing.
Exactly.
Like if I was making a special kit that was like a something special, I would film the build.
Yeah.
But,
oh, absolutely. You know, I've got a couple coming up that are going to be sort of out of the tree builds, should I say, that are going to be quite unique, and I shall do them as full step-by-steps because they warrant it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, so that's what I'm going to do with him. Let's have a bit of a bit of that.
Philly says an old football commentator used to shout "snap" when two players with the same number went up for a header together. Got that from a Coleman Balls book. Jeff Light says unedited off-the-cuff commentary magic.
Oh yeah.
Hugh Gordon says Coleman, his family made good mustard. It's a Norfolk thing. And Philly says I'll try his mustard, but I'm keeping away from his Coleman balls.
See what he did there.
Yeah. And Jeff Light says exactly, guys. Some viewers are new to the hobby.
Yeah, and that's what we try to do. Especially with the E-Models stuff, you're trying to cover all options. That's why our E-Models builds end up being very step-by-step beginner orientated, because there are customers that have never built a model kit.
Yep.
Or are buying for someone that has never built a model kit. So
yeah, get them as presents. I mean, it's like the kind of... It's amazing. It's an eye opener when, like, sometimes James will send me or Ted or whatever like an email saying, "Can you deal with this customer's question?"
Yeah,
because they haven't got time to answer. And somebody will send a mail saying, "How do I paint something? How do I do this?" And they haven't got time. They're trying to run a shop.
Yeah.
So they'll send it over, and it's like it can be simple things like, "How do I build this kit?" And it could be like a little simple. "I've been given this kit as a present. I don't do models. How do I build it?"
Yeah.
And it's like, it's amazing. Phil says, I got into this community based on Fox's tutorial videos when I had no idea where to start on a kit I bought on a whim.
Yeah.
And Jeff says, and we never stop learning.
Exactly.
Right, I've got to do head now. I meant heads. There was an S on the end of that. Look at that guy's meaty blades. Look at that.
Sorry, mate. I was trying to drill hole. Carry on. Yeah.
No, that's all right. I'm talking to the audience. Look at the blades on that. I'll put his head on yet.
Nice.
I guess these guys are about 10 feet tall. I guess maybe more. They're very big. I don't know kind of what skeletons they're supposed to be.
Not that you would never see them coming, is it?
No, but they do seem to be about 10 or 12 feet tall, so I'm not quite sure how that works. Right, what bonces do they need? It's bonce time.
That lovely job of drilling out brake discs on the moon, which is rather boring, let's be honest with you.
That's rather boring, that.
I want to transfer it into one of them with all the holes in it. See?
It's very nice.
Just that little bit of detail in it works, doesn't it?
Holes, they make everything better.
Absolutely. Holes.
Everything's better with holes.
So yeah, that's what we're up to.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay. These guys have 4 faces.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
All the faces.
Got a head with 4 head faces. It's very strange.
Oh, the faces. So many faces.
So many faces.
Start this one. Start getting these drilled. Why not? Just run the drill through. Bit of drillage.
Run it through. There you go.
Look at you with your coughing.
So
many people are going down with a lurgy at the moment as well.
That winter coughs and colds and stuff, yeah?
Mm.
And other things. My mum had a cough for a few days. Big chesty cough. Bleh.
Yeah.
I didn't get worried because she's not been out anywhere and I don't go anywhere, so it's just a wintry cough. She's all right now. But it's like, bleh. Do you tend to get coughs and stuff and colds in the winter?
Funnily enough, and I'm touching wood.
Steady.
I haven't had a cold stroke chest infection since I gave up smoking. I've gone 8 years. And I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah. I mean, since I gave up smoking, I've never had... I used to get that kind of painful... I wouldn't say a full-on... I think I had a chest infection once, but I used to get the thing where your chest was really tight and a bit like a mild chest infection that went away after a few days.
Oh, right,
a couple of days. Like it's a bit of a chest infection, but it cleared after a day or two.
Yeah.
I used to get them quite a lot, and I had a smoker's cough. I haven't had any of that since I gave up smoking.
Yeah.
And the colds I tend to get, it's just like the bunged up nose and the
I get the odd
shivers.
blocked bugle, but nothing that lasts, like a full-blown pneumonia or anything like that.
No.
Now, I had several bad bouts of pneumonia when I was on the oily rags. And, I touch wood, haven't had anything since. So I've done pretty well. But I do now obviously have all of the jabs that go with all of the modern bugs, should we say, velociraptors and things.
We're old and we get flu jabs.
And I have to have my annual flu jab because my immune system is depleted now. So could be that. Could be that I'm getting all these super duper injections now. But either way, I'm happy because coughing for me is excruciatingly painful because of my spine fusions. So
yeah, I can imagine.
So I kind of don't mind dodging that bullet, to be honest with you, mate.
Yeah, I mean, since I gave up smoking, about 5 years ago, I think I've had one proper like shivers and colds and the back. So with the back of my legs that get really like tingly and sensitive, and that was like a few weeks ago. Yeah. But other than that, other than it,
I consider myself quite lucky, to be quite honest with you, that I haven't had any bad bouts like that, because when I smoked, it used to be an annual thing. Every Christmas, I was bedridden with pneumonia without fail. Yeah. Used to always get it and end up with the inhaler, and a couple of times was hospitalised because of it, because obviously your breathing was that dodgy. And I've come out of giving up the fags, and and I'm not saying everyone that gives up smoking is going to be cold free, not by a long shot.
No, but it does knock your immune system, so you're going to be more susceptible.
So, but for me personally, it has made a life changing difference. I couldn't afford to smoke now, not at 15 quid a packet.
Oh God, no! That's nonsense now. That.
My old tobacco that I used to smoke's 44 quid a pouch.
Even if I wanted to go back to smoking, it's just, you can't even afford it.
No.
Not that I do.
Every now and then you miss it, you get that urge, don't you? You think, I could just do
like,
with
ooh. Well, you see someone on telly like smoking, and you're like, it just looks so delicious, even though it's not.
Yeah, but the guy next door, he smokes in my alcove, because I've got a little roof on my alcove, because where the wheelchair ramp is. And he comes and smokes in there, and it billowed in one day. I went, Benson and Hedges, and he heard me. He went, hello, geezer, how are you? Do you want one? I went, no. So I gave up, mate. I said, but, I crave one. He said, does me smoking under here bother you? I said, no, smoke where you like, mate. I said, as long as you don't leave all your butts on the deck. And then my missus, she got one of them wall stubbers, so we screwed that up for him. So,
yep.
He said, I will move. I said, no, don't be daft. Don't be daft, mate. Not a problem.
You don't mind freebasing occasionally, but
yeah, but it's every now and then you sit there and you think, I could murder one of them, but
for some reason, when
before she's taken him a cup of tea out. It's got a little plastic seat out there now.
Bless her. But it's funny because whenever I see, sometimes you'll see a program and there'll be somebody smoking on the program, and normally it's just they're just smoking, but just for some reason my brain, every now and then I'll see a character in a program smoke, and my brain will say, I bet that tastes like steak.
Yeah.
Always steak. My brain always says, I bet that tastes like... And then I start thinking about steak. And then I've got that taste in my imagination. And then I really want a cigarette because and my brain's convinced me that cigarette will taste like steak, even though it won't.
Yeah.
My brain does some weird stuff sometimes. I've learned just to go with it.
I never ever thought I would actually succeed at packing up.
Mm.
You know, it was one of them things I had tried many times and failed miserably, and I always went back to. But yeah, I stuck with it this time, and I think it's because I knew the surgery I had was a one-shot deal. And
yeah, I mean, I'm very similar in that I've given up a few times over the years. Usually for like a number of weeks and that's it. Or I gave up once for about 1.5 years, 2 years, and that was it. And I fell back into it. But the 2 times I've been successful then for about 2 years, and now for the last 5 years, is when I basically had no alternative option.
Yeah.
The first time was I wanted to buy a 10th Doctor greatcoat. Don't judge me.
No, I'm not judging. Each to their own.
No, and I'm saying that to the viewers. Don't judge me.
Was this pre or fake ponytail era?
This was in the late 2000s.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is the era of the 10th Doctor, so well past.
Wouldn't know, mate.
That stuff, that ponytail stuff was like early 1990s.
Yeah.
And I wanted to buy the 10th Doctor's replica greatcoat, and it was like 250 quid or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because it was a massively tailored coat. And I got paid, and it's like, right, if I get this coat, I've got literally no spare money that month once I paid all my bills off.
Yeah.
So I can't afford to buy cigarettes. So I won't. And my brain went, okay, I can't. Yeah. My brain was like, I can't do anything about it. There's no money, so I can't. So I'll just accept it.
Yeah.
And then this time, of course, was that Mama Wolf had to give up smoking because she'd had a stroke and stuff and other reasons. And she had no choice but to give up smoking. And I thought, it's not fair at all.
Yeah.
If she has to give up smoking and I'm still smoking, because that's not fair to her.
Mm.
It's going to make it harder for her, and it's not going to help her because she's still smoking my smoke. So so my brain was like, yeah, you just stop now, and I just stopped.
Yeah, big hello to Stefan, and nice to see that you're back with us, mate. Hope your recovery continues to go well for you, mate. So yeah,
Stefan,
bless you.
Yeah, so in that situation, there's no choice. I had to stop for somebody else's sake. So
yeah, but it's one of them, you know. I mean, Helen never complained all the years I smoked, but you know, it's only recent she's like, yeah, I'm so glad you stuck with it because your chest used to sound awful. It was like you was breathing underwater type thing. So it was awful.
Yeah.
And whenever you started showing signs of a bug, she said, I used to know that you would end up in hospital. She said, because your breathing was so bad. And I've only got to look at Wynne and Alan, my cousin and my aunt. They've both got emphysema.
Yeah.
And, you know, ironic.
Yeah, because when you think about, when you try and give up smoking for your own health, it's very difficult. Yeah. Because your brain is addicted and also the one that's trying to decide to give up, and it's conflicted.
Yeah.
But you know, in your case, obviously, the surgery was there, and it's like you have to give up smoking or you don't get the surgery, and there was no consequence. There was no option then.
That actually wasn't what was suggested. It was purely and simply for the fusions to take, because obviously they screw all the metal rods in. But what they do is they, all the way up my spine from the base of my ribs, where the last rib is, right the way down to the pelvis, there's cages each side of between each joint, full up with bone that they grind off of your spinal column, basically, to fill and fuse the back.
Oh, that's me.
And for that to take, I had to give up the smoking, because otherwise that fusing process would have been a problem. And that's what they said, you know, it would be easier and more successful if you didn't smoke whilst that's happening. And I said, how long does it take before it's fully fused? It was up to 2 years. And I thought, well, I'll have a go at packing up, but I can't promise. And that was good enough for Richard. He was like, mate, you know, have a go. So that's what I did. And I still get, obviously, my quarterly MRIs. whenever I bump into him, he's like, "How you doing? Still off the fags, mate?" He said, "I never thought you'd be successful." He said, "to be honest with you." He said, "But fair play to you." It can be done, but as I say to people that smoke, it doesn't bother me being around smokers. It really doesn't. Just because I gave up, I'm not telling everyone else to. It's personal choice. My youngest boy, he smoked at the time, so he gave up when I gave up to try to help me out and keep me inspired. And he's not smoked since. So, yeah. So it just goes to show you. I certainly wouldn't be hostile to someone having a fag in my environment, because it's not my right to do that. Why should I force my choice on someone else? It's like, nah. You want to smoke, you smoke. You want to stand there and get drunk, you go and stand there and get drunk. If you're happy, you're happy. I'm happy. Don't worry me at all. Nothing worse than an ex-smoker that preaches to everyone that they need to give up. So, there you go. We're halfway round this break disc, but yeah, it's nice and therapeutic because, yeah. And it's just that little bit of detail. Just brings the kit together. And if it's there, just drill the holes. It's easy enough. Happy days. Like I say, I've got to sand the disc yet, so I shall end up running the drill back through the holes just to clean them back out. But for me, it just makes a little bit extra detail, just brings the build a little bit more alive. Yeah, it just, the parts are there, just dress them up a little bit, that's all you got to do. Just makes it look a bit more authentic. I've done this on the part works that I'm doing on the Mustangs because they got the dots in the brakes. I'm like, why not drill them out? You know, it's just that little bit of detail makes a difference. But I was saying earlier about PJ and his little plane, the little chibi plane. I loved the out of the box thinking on it because, yeah, you don't have to just build the kit as it is. If you see something and you think I can improve it, pardon me, have a go.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, I'm probably not going to be back by the time you finish, so I shall say good night to everybody now while you're still going.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Not a problem, mate. I'm like I say, I'm on for 5 more minutes. I'll get this break disc done and then I shall wrap up, mate. Yeah,
well, I shall say good night to everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
No worries.
Don't forget to go to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or press the join button under any videos to help support Colin's channel.
Absolutely. Just watch the adverts when they come up. I know it's a pain. I know adverts are a pain, but it really is keeping this channel alive at the moment because times are tough for everyone, and we fully respect that. We're not saying that we don't understand. We do, but this helps us keep the channels alive and keeps the content coming.
Yeah, so good night, everyone. Colin, I shall speak to you in a bit.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Give Mum a hug, mate. And yeah.
I shall do.
If I'm still going, tell me off.
I will.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, I'm on a time limit tonight. So, had a bit of a ropey day. It took me a while to get down to do the stream tonight. I was helped down by my wife and Lex, my eldest son, because I was adamant I wanted to do the stream, but I'm having a bad MS Lex day today. Lex has stayed up so that when I come off air, he can help me back upstairs. Hence why I want to finish early. I don't normally go too much into things away from the hobby, but in case you wonder why it's a short show, that's just how things are for me at the moment. A lot of the times I come down just to do the streams. We are thinking of moving to a single level apartment or moving my whole man cave up to the spare room next to the bedroom. And then I shall pretty much live upstairs. Little things we're thinking of doing, but for the moment, I don't like letting people down. I know I get told off. But, this is I enjoy this, and when I don't do the streams, I just feel I'm letting things beat me. So for me, to keep fighting it, you know, bear with me whilst I force myself to do streams. PJ's now shaking his head. I know he is at home, and he will message me and tell me off. But I know what I'm doing, and it's keeping my brain active as well. So I do it not just for yourselves, but also for my own mental sanity. A few more holes to drill. Got the rivet ones to drill out, and then we'll call it a night. We will be back Sunday for the Sunday at the Bench. Myself and Dave will be on. We are also going to be launching the group build at some point. I just need to get the rest of the group together so that we can all cobble together something, because we're doing the D-Day thing this year, running from January to June. It's at the top of the group. It's a pinned post in the featured section. Again, thanks to PJ for the artwork and doing all the blurbage for me. But yeah, we're running that until the actual anniversary date of D-Day in June, I think it is. And yeah, so we'll be cobbling that together and going through what our plans are. So I'm going through my stash at the moment, trying to choose things that were relevant on that day that I can cobble together for a little bit of a scene. So there you go. So that's those drilled. Let's go in and do the rivets quickly, and then the sanding and that I shall do off air. Now on these discs between where it's mounted, let's get that on the end. So you've got these little rivets. I'm drilling them out as well, just to give them a bit of detail. Why not? And then once this is all cleaned up and painted, that'll just catch the eye. And this is what a lot of the detail upsets have in them. They have the brake discs in metal that are all drilled out, and these are all drilled out. Well, couldn't afford detail upset. I just thought, you know something? Let's go old school on it and do it the old school way. Spend a bit of time just drilling the holes and doing a bit of detail. That's what we're up to. Have you some of that? Should be the last one of those. Go. Clean me drill bit off. There you go. Put that away nice and safe then, because I don't want to break them. Right. So we have got done tonight, folks. Quite a bit, actually. Got me tyres there. I started sanding one. I've got the other one to do. Get rid of that big fat old seam round there and sort them out. Let's move them over there for a minute. And then we got quite a few sub-assemblies on there on my little stand. Let's put that up there. Things like the exhaust, the engine block, things like that. And these will all get primered up. And then I can go in and I can pick out all the different colours that go on everything. So I shall carry on with this off air to get all of the bits and pieces done and all the detail up stuff sorted out, ready for next time. But big thanks to Wendy for sending me this kit. It really is a beautiful kit. It's going together really easily. If you want it, that's what I'm doing. The Ducati Panigale Tricolore. Yeah. And it also comes with the masking sets as well, to mask all the bodywork and that for the paint job. So we'll be going into that. And I think that'll be a wrap for tonight, folks. So hope you don't mind, but I'll be disappearing now until Sunday. I'll be back Sunday at 2 p.m. with Dangerous Dave, and we'll be doing whatever takes our fancy that is on the bench that day. Might do a bit on Ringo Sunday. I don't know yet. We'll see. Until then, a massive, massive thanks to each and every one of you that have supported me since I started this channel. A big heartfelt thanks for everything you do for me. Obviously, you know, we try to get the streams on schedule and keep them going. There will be breaks during the year. I've got a pause at some point during the year to pop in and have a procedure done. So bear with me on that. I'm just waiting for a date. So once I've got that, I shall be out the loop for about a week or so. But I will notify you all beforehand. What have we got? Everyone say, night Fox, tuck your night dress in your knickers. He says, Pafili says, sounds good. I will use the group build to get back to my bench, Cole. Not been on Facebook for a while, so I missed all of this. Not a problem, Phil. You know I'm on Messenger, mate. Feel free to message me. There's also details on my welcome video with me email on, mate. If you want to have a yat of Phil, just bat me an email, mate. We'll have a good old leather, mate, you know. Hugh says, honestly, folks, I'm a bit Brahms on list tonight. He says, I mean nobody any harm, and I know my humour is not everyone's cup of tea. He said, I wish every one of you the best of living this coming year. Luckily, I mean, I know Hugh really, really, really well, and a lot of people, and I don't think Hugh will mind me saying this, but I'm going to anyway. A lot of people take Hugh the wrong way and think ill of him. He's not. He likes to have a little bit of sauce every now and then. He's got a cheeky, chappy sense of humour, and it doesn't always translate to everyone. But his heart, I can honestly say, is in the right place. And he would be mortally offended if he felt he is offending any of you. So bear that in mind before you judge the bloke. May your God go with you all, he says. Stefan says, thanks for the show. We'll catch up again when I can. And again, Stefan, the same to you, mate. If you're struggling, mate, reach out. There's enough of us in the Zoom and in the group that will always sit and have a chat with you, mate. So if you need to get your head around something, get in touch. On that note, folks, I'm going to wrap up, leave you for the rest of your night, morning or bedtime, and I'll catch up with you on Sunday. Massive, massive thanks. Massive, massive hugs. See you at the weekend, folks. Bye-bye for now. Bye.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best.